Hey guys, sorry this episode's so late. I had a few technical issues. Uh, for some reason, this episode sounds like it was recorded on the inside of a caterpillar's asshole. So listen to this one at your own risk, although I suppose you already do that every month. Enjoy.
Go! Ooh, there was a little bit of
You fucked yourself.
You fucked yourself.
No,
kid.
that's not what I said.
Alright. What is going on,
That's
guys?
a little excessive.
Welcome back to the Misfortune Podcast.
That's not good.
Brought to you by the Call Me Carson Discord. Oh, the PE.
It's so bad. I'm not gonna listen to this episode.
Oh, I will. Trust me. I will.
Yeah.
I'll have to, because I do every time, but...
Of course.
We're back! And, this time,
This is gonna be so fucking long.
we're on episode 23?
I think, yeah, 23, I think.
I'm Julius, and this is my co-host, Caden. If you didn't fucking already know that, you shouldn't be fucking watching this episode.
I'm not involved with the Call Me Carson Discord.
Former ex Call Me Carson.
Nope. I never was.
Call Me Carson Discord veteran.
No. I survived the Call Me Carson Discord.
Yeah, I managed not to get groomed. So, today we're talking about a little something. Quite possibly one of the longest shows that we've covered on this podcast.
I think it is.
I think it is.
I think it's actually the longest.
My Hero Academia.
Julius, it's
Boku
it's
no-
Boku no Academia.
Boku no Hero.
Boku no Hero Academia.
Boku no
actually.
Hero Academia. Oh man,
Yeah.
that's cringe, folks. If you call it that, you are cringe. All right. I'm calling everybody out who says that shit. You're cringe.
You're bad.
So
You're stupid.
you're stupid. You're bad.
You should watch the show.
So My Hero. It was actually one of the first anime that I ever watched.
I didn't know that.
I'd just gotten done with Dragon Ball Super. It had just ended, and because I was really just strictly a Dragon Ball fan, but I was looking around. I was like, I kind of like this anime thing. Maybe I should watch some more. And so I
These cartoons.
these Japanese cartoons,
These Chinese
cartoons. And so I went on Crunchyroll, and I was like, all right, what do we got here? Oh, there's this show. It's a little interesting show called My Hero Academia. What's this all about? And the first episode hooked me. All right, and I've been a fan ever since. I once I started, I never looked back. Okay.
As one does.
Yeah, as one does. And yeah, I've been a fan ever since. I actually just recently started reading the manga. I'm caught up with it now, but I'm still watching the anime because I want to see how they
Yeah.
do it. But Caden,
Yes.
your expectations of My Hero?
So I didn't actually really know that much about My Hero going into it. I knew like 3 characters: Midoriya, Bakugo, and Todoroki,
Yeah.
and of course All Might. But I had no idea what it was about at all. I was familiar with the fandom.
Oh yeah. You can't not be if you watch anime.
Right, of course, not of course, but it's a little rough. It's a little rough looking at who actually watches the show and who likes it. Not necessarily who it is, but like, yeah, not necessarily who it is, but like, just a lot of the culture behind the fandom.
Well, it all depends on where you're looking at
Right.
the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Are you referring to like the cringy?
Yeah,
the cringy
I'm referring
people?
to what would commonly be called the stands.
The stands.
Or the R34 artists.
I don't have a problem with any of that. but you know, it's kind of weird if you're drawing like Deku X All Might, like that's kind of weird. I
Yeah.
don't love that, but I forgot I'm supposed to be stealthy.
Yeah, you are.
However, it's again, it's really all depends on where you look.
Right.
But the stands have definitely dominated the discourse at this point when it comes to
Yeah.
the show.
The Discords.
The discords as
The
well.
Comic Arson Discord.
Yeah. So, I mean, they are considered by a lot of people to be really cringe. But, I mean, I never have too much of a problem with fan
Yeah.
bases because I don't really.
They're all pretty harmless.
Yeah, and I don't engage with them.
Right.
Really. I don't ever really go online and like fucking join a fandom.
Right. But yeah, I mean, I knew nothing about the plot of My Hero going into it. Like, I just figured it was going to be kid goes into superpower high school and he has to become a hero.
Sky
he has
High.
to become the best.
Sky
right.
High. Is what it essentially is. It is a ripoff.
So going into it, I really had like no expectations whatsoever. I mean,
People obviously hype it up though.
yeah. Well, no, I mean, I'd heard it's like it had sort of the same effect on me as Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
Right? Where I say I had no expectations. I had heard a lot about it, and it was
Yeah.
like, okay, this is one of those shows where I'll probably watch it at some point.
Yeah.
Just because of all the hype.
But I'll put
But
it
like
off for
not
now.
right now. Which is why I'm actually happy that you picked it, just because it probably would have taken me a long time to watch
Right.
it. And I really enjoyed it.
And I also picked it because we're actually right on the heels of some of the
The bigger shit.
best
Yeah.
and bigger shit that happens in this series. But let's get right into it. Let's start with season 1. We usually talk about this. What do you think of episode 1? Like, what were your thoughts?
So remind me what happens in episode 1.
Episode 1, we meet this kid, Deku. He's quirkless. He has a little speech at the beginning. He's like, "I learned that all men are not created equal," which is a great quote.
The Code Geass quote.
Yeah, and he gets like bullied at school and shit by this fucker named Bakugo. Who's like
Yeah.
he's a real prick. Let's just say that much.
Right.
And Bakugo basically tells him to go kill himself, and while Deku's walking home, he gets attacked by a sludge villain, like a slime.
That's right,
Weird
yeah.
slime villain.
Damn, that's the first episode.
Yeah, and then All Might rolls up and he's like, "I am here," and he saves him. And Deku, he looks up to All Might, so he's
Yeah.
like fucking excited. And he asks All Might, he tags along with All Might, and he asks him, "Can I be a hero too?" And All Might's like, "If you don't have a quirk, you're
No.
fucked." And he reveals his secret, which is that he's actually a shriveled old person
Right.
when he's not in his muscle form.
So that's the episode where. That's not the episode where he saves Bakugo.
That's
right?
episode 2. It's kind of
Okay,
like
gotcha.
a two-parter sort of deal.
Okay. Well, just based on that, let's say like the first 2 episodes. I think.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
That's kind of
It's
a
basically
package
2 parts.
deal. Yeah. It was like a. It still didn't give me a lot of hints as to how the show was gonna be, but it was sort of just. It was very introductory. It was like, hey, despite the fact that you don't have a quirk, you can still be a hero.
Right.
And I'll
Which
take you under my wing.
actually is not going to be true. He is going to get a quirk. And that's an issue and a criticism that I've heard is that you have the premise for this show, My Hero Academia. In a world of in a world where superpowers are basically normal, you have this kid
Who
who does not have a
Yeah.
superpower, but then he gets a superpower.
Right.
So I can see it from like a lens of like if this were an allegory for like a disabled person or something. Like it's essentially telling a disabled person to just
Yeah.
like walk.
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah.
But I think I think that is kind of weak that it kind of kills the premise right there. But I think with some of the stuff that comes later, the decision makes sense. And at the end of the day, a quirk. I see a lot of people being like, Deku should have been quirkless the whole time, and he should have been like Batman or something.
Right.
But that's not the story Horikoshi wanted to tell. And with the direction he took it, I'm glad he told a different story.
Yeah.
But yeah, the first 2 episodes, I think they're solid.
Yeah, I don't think they were the strongest. They weren't bad by any means,
Yeah.
but it was just kind of like okay, well now I know what's going on. I think they're not the strongest compared to a lot of other shows that I've seen, but they're not bad by any means. I think it was just kind of like here's what's going on.
My virgin anime self was very hooked by this because the premise was kind of interesting.
Oh, it's definitely an interesting premise.
And
for sure.
I was just like, this is I like this, and I was immediately hooked. I think my favorite bit of these 2 episodes, I mean, they do establish a tone. Like, you got the more serious moments, Deku finding out he doesn't have a quirk and he's a sad boy. But you also have like the haha funnies.
Yeah.
You get the haha funnies, but I think my favorite part is when Deku goes and saves Bakugo, and he says his body moved on his own, which is a big motif that happens throughout the series, and it's going to continue to happen.
The natural hero.
Basically the instinct to save people.
Right.
Which is very important.
But yeah, so I guess let's go through, I think, arc by arc would make the most sense.
I mean, the funny thing about the early, like, My Heroes, like, there's arcs, but they're, like, baby arcs. They're like Mob Psycho arcs. There's, like, 2 episodes per arc, basically.
If I'm being honest, I feel like the first season is all, like, kind of just one thing for me. Because, I mean, what happens in the first season?
The first season, so after that, Deku takes this exam to become to apply to UA, and he punches the robot, which is pretty good moment. I thought some of the shit was weird, where it's like, oh, let's record Ochako coming into the room to ask if she can give the points to Deku. It's like, how did they even know she was going to come in and ask that?
Yeah.
It made it like look like it was staged or something, but that was weird. But that's a minor gripe. Yeah. You get the training arc with Deku and All Might, which is pretty good. Where he's, he shows the initiative that someone without a quirk can even pull off.
Right.
He doesn't use One for All actually until the exam itself, so it just shows his initiative and hard-working spirit, despite the fact that he is a no-drip shonen MC.
He is. He absolutely is.
Who cries too much.
Cries in every episode.
Can we talk about this? Can we talk about?
We'll talk about it later. Talk about it a little bit.
You want to talk about it? Okay.
When we get to the
part. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the first season, it's definitely it seems like the first couple of episodes expanded, kind of. Well, not expanded, but it builds off of which I guess is what every show kind of does. But,
right.
It definitely felt like a first season kind of thing. It was like, okay, here's what's going on.
It did.
I think this show does a good job of world building, not necessarily in terms of the world in general, but the world around the main characters.
Right. I also think that is a good, like, I think Horikoshi, the guy that wrote this, it like really thinks like in depth about the consequences of what this kind of society would be like. We'll get to the society people.
It's a society.
We at the point we're talking about right now, there's no society people, but trust me.
Soon.
Trust me, there will be.
There will be society people.
But yeah, he has built a very in-depth world, and you're definitely right that it's just kind of focused around the main characters, so it's not really like we don't really give a fuck about these other people. We're just focused on the small subset of characters.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll agree with that. So I guess still moving through the arcs, you get it's not even an arc, it's like an episode where they all take quirk, they take like a quirk apprehension test to test how powerful
makes them throw the ball or
how powerful their quirk is, basically. And Deku learns that he has to like contain his power a little bit.
Right.
And that's what I like about it, is that he's not just like going around fucking punching people in the face and just murdering them. He has to contain himself a little bit at first.
Yeah.
He has to strategize the use of his power, basically.
And what's interesting to me is looking back on that episode, Midoriya takes a lot of that and applies it to, like, even what's happening now in the show, like, as it's airing.
Yeah.
It's a lot of, like, I need to learn to control my power.
Yep.
And, like, it's not one of those shows where it's just an overpowered protagonist
and
he just
spam
immediately
punches
knows.
real quick.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, even other characters say that, like, most heroes have to build up.
There's consequences. A punch, like a single one for all punch, like fucks up his arm.
Yeah.
To the point where they have to get a healer,
Right.
to Recovery Girl, which I thought was kind of a cheap
Yeah.
device at first, but I kind of like that she's just like, nope, not healing you anymore.
Right. Well,
Sorry.
they're not abusing it anymore.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
they used to fucking spam Recovery Girl.
They were for a little bit, but not anymore.
Granted, they were for smaller like school things,
Yeah.
but still, Recovery Girl was legit. Like in season 2, like I'm not healing you anymore.
Right.
And I like that they took that stand.
Yeah.
So that arc was decent. Then you move into the sort of trial hero versus villain, the mock hero versus villain battle between the UA
Yeah.
students. You want to talk about the UA students real quick? Cause
Sure.
yeah, let's
There's
go.
a lot of them.
Let's go through them. So Deku, great guy.
He's a cool
Good
protagonist.
MC. Yeah. He's cool. Bakugo.
Here's the thing with Bakugo, and this isn't a problem with his character, more so like I feel like it's more a problem with the writing, and not necessarily a problem, but I feel like there's so much more to him, and it's like they want to show you, but they just don't, and they have a few times.
To that, I would say, just stay tuned.
Okay.
The Day of Reckoning.
The number of times I've
will
heard
come-
this over
is
the past few
coming.
days.
The record will be straight.
Yeah, like
No, don't worry about that. I mean, even if there has been a little bit of development for Bakugo in since season 3, really.
Yeah.
But his behavior around people hasn't changed.
Right.
But he's started to be like a little different around Deku.
yeah.
But that's something that like I would say not to worry about. That he's going to
Okay.
get a
Yeah.
little more depth to him pretty
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah.
But Bakugo's cool. He's we all hate him at first, but then you learn to like him a little bit. You learn
Yeah.
to deal with his little antics.
Yeah.
I guess continuing through the big 3, you got Todoroki. Caden's guy.
He's so hot.
Yeah, his fire powers allow him to generate a great amount of heat. Basically. His power's so basic, but so Horikoshi has to like put a whole story behind it. And
Right.
that's what I appreciate about it is like he's got fire and ice, which is pretty fucking OP, but he's not going to use it at first. I like that little thing.
I think Todoroki has not necessarily the most to offer, but in my opinion, he has the best backstory of any of them. At least the ones we've explored.
Probably true. I think there's one other of their backstories that I also really like, but
Yeah.
his is definitely probably the best.
Yeah.
I'll agree with that.
And I think he definitely has a lot to offer, and
Yeah.
we've seen little glimpses of that. And I think now where the show is airing at this point, they're gonna hopefully explore a little bit more into
Yeah.
it. But I think he's interesting as a character. As of right now, he's my favorite character in the show.
Yes. He's the cool guy.
But he's been sidelined a lot.
Yeah,
So-
in recent times he has, but
Yeah, whatever.
I would just say.
Don't say it again. Please don't say it again. Insert the clip of Papa
Yeah, I
John saying
should.
it every time.
I should, insert it for context. I guess you got Ochako. She's cute.
She's the girl.
She's the cute girl.
She's the girl.
But she's got some chops. She learned some martial arts.
Yeah.
She's learning to fight. They haven't really expanded too much on her
No.
crush on Deku and their little romance, but so I don't. And even being caught up with the manga, they still really haven't.
That's not a stay tuned moment.
That's not a stay tuned moment, unfortunately.
That's not a Papa
It's
moment.
not a Papa John's moment.
So we have, Ochako. She's fine.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's decent.
Ida.
My boy's been shafted recently.
My boy has been shafted.
And if you can't tell, he's by the term "my boy." I love Ida.
Oh, he's a
I
G.
love him. He's funny. He's a funny like uptight student who's like "Do not open that window" on the bus and shit like that. He's a good guy, but he's got a dark side too.
He does.
He's got a dark side.
He
was legit like he was telling Stain, "I'm gonna fucking kill you."
Yeah, he was like, "I'm going to."
Okay, he didn't say he's gonna fucking kill him, but he said, "I am going to kill you." So he's got a little bit of intensity to him as well. He cares very much, but he also
yeah,
uphold the rules.
Yeah,
but he'll break them for his own sake.
Right. I think he's definitely built as a side character.
At this point, yeah, but way back in the day, he was kind of framed as like being one of like Himo. He was basically like the Ron to Deku's Harry, is what I would compare it to, basically. Like
but
the big three.
He's cool.
Yeah,
he's a
yeah.
So the rest of the characters we don't need to care about.
No. Come on. Just real quick.
Right.
Real quick.
Let's go.
Just off the top of your head.
Kirishima.
Base.
He's base. We'll say based or not based.
He's the other one. I really like.
I like Kirishima.
I really like.
Kaminari, base.
Kaminari, yeah, he's a cool guy.
Yeah.
He's gonna get some more stuff, so.
Stay tuned.
Momo. She's getting more stuff too.
She's cool.
I think she's cool. She's kind of framed as like the leader of the class, like the strategist, basically. And that's kind of what she's gonna do in the future. So
yeah,
that's what I'd say to prepare for.
Jiro.
Best girl.
Best girl.
Best girl.
We all know.
Yes.
Make fun of me on CNN, but
Make fun of me on CNN or whatever.
We all inherently know.
This. Yeah, she's
base.
Yeah, she is base. They even gave her a little arc, which is just like that's respect.
And it was a good arc.
It was yeah. We'll get to that.
But. Mineta. So I wouldn't mind if they killed him off. They should just kill him.
He's the Zenitsu of this show, basically.
But Zenitsu actually has
without the depth.
He has something to offer.
He has something to offer up.
Mineta is just.
Well, Mineta kind of had that one little episode where he like tried to be a hero.
No, he didn't.
All right.
No, he didn't.
All right, guys.
Asui. It's cool, I guess.
Yeah, I kind of like that angle that she has where she's like the emotional support, sort of, and she's like she thinks very rationally, so. Cool in that respect.
Yeah.
But she just gets like in the fucking merch in the fandom, like in the promo art. Why does she get so much play? Like I never really understood.
Yeah,
why she's such a big focus.
Before I started the show, I thought she was like gonna be a main, not like a main character, but like a side main character.
Yeah. But she hasn't really.
She doesn't do anything now.
Yeah. It's been a while. She was on the overhaul mission, but even still, like she was. She was on the girl squad.
She's on the girl. She's a girl. The Invisible Girl.
Actually has not done shit.
Your favorite character?
Name one thing.
No, she doesn't do anything.
Like, honest, please.
Hagakure,
somebody in the comments, name one thing that she has done. Nothing.
Doesn't do anything.
She has not, like, because at least, like someone like Aoyama, who has not had a lot of play. Like, in the Forest training camp arc, he tried to clutch.
He did.
He tried to clutch.
He didn't.
He sent his laser out. He didn't clutch, but he
tried. At least.
And that's what counts.
Hagakure has done nothing.
What is she? Even at the Forest fucking training camp, even there.
I don't even remember what her role was in that.
Everybody was fucking like going past their maximum capacity, and she was like running around because practicing her stealth. Like that's
what?
Maybe it's because she has kind of a busted quirk. Maybe that's why she made it into Class 1A. But so far, she just has like nothing to offer as a character or as a hero.
Right. It's whatever.
This trap.
Yeah. Speaking of Aoyama,
yeah. He's a guy.
I'm not a big fan of his character.
He's
annoying, but he's cool when he tries.
He's tolerable.
Yeah.
I was very excited when he tried to clutch at the Forest training camp because I'm like, well, you're doing something, yay! But then he failed.
That one time where him and Ida were friends or something, and
that one time when he confided in Midoriya because they have like the same type quirk or something.
But no.
No,
that's false.
No.
The Sugar Rush guy doesn't do anything.
He actually has not done anything either, which is sad.
I hate those side characters like that. I'm sorry to say.
Yeah, you know, they're the extras.
Speaking of side characters, the bug guy or the animal guy.
Yeah, Koda. He hasn't done shit either.
He doesn't do anything.
The not haven't done shit squad, including the guy who wears a mask and he talks through his arms.
But he's a G.
He's a G.
He's a G,
He actually
at
did
least.
a little bit at the Forest Training Camp, like a tiny amount, but even still, like,
Yeah. He doesn't do anything, but I actually like him at least.
yeah, he's a likable dude.
Who am I
Tail
looking at?
guy,
Tail
guy's
he's
also-
a G, but also doesn't do anything.
and his quirk is like very one-dimensional. Like,
He-
what has he done other than I'm gonna whip you with my tail?
Yeah, exactly. And I thought they were building him up in the tournament arc. When
Yeah.
he was talking to Midoriya about Shinso's power, but no, he's just kind of like,
There was.
watch out.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah. And then
Who else is there? Mina.
Ashida.
Ashida, yeah.
Yeah, second best girl.
Yeah.
I'll leave her out. She's
I
the
like
second
how
best
she's
girl.
just straight up just fucking athletic and can beat the shit out of people.
Yeah, that's so weird. And also, I love that part in the 4th season where they're explaining Kirishima's backstory, and she's
fucking-
just there.
Yeah.
And it's like, when
I
did
like
they...
that. I like that they connected them because you don't really get
Yeah.
that with any of the others. Although I'm presuming we're not going to see the backstory for a lot of the other.
Yeah.
I
I can't wait for the Mineta backstory.
Yeah, I can't wait for Tail Guy's backstory. We're
Um,
gonna see what that's all about.
is that it? I think that might be it.
Are we forgetting any?
If
Hold
we
up.
are, then they're not important.
No.
Yeah,
no,
let's
no,
look 'em
no.
up.
Yeah, let's look it up. real
Let's
quick.
look it up.
One time.
Editing.
Editing. Last one. Tokoyami! How can we forget Tokoyami?
Tokiyami's a G.
I love Tokoyami.
Yeah.
He has a cool ass power. He's got a stand, and he's just a cool guy. He's a cool, edgy guy. I
Yeah.
love it. He's edgy but not overwhelming.
Tokiyami was also kind of played off as like a side main character, though.
Yeah, a little bit. Him and Frog Girl for sure.
Yeah.
He has
Um,
done a lot relative to some of the other classmates though.
And after that, I think that is it. Oh, Sero!
Hey, Sero, Monkey D. Luffy, what's up, dude?
I'm not a big fan of him. I don't like
He's a
him.
chill guy.
He seems like he'd be
He's
a
appeared
pedophile,
every
but he's
now-
not.
What?
I feel like he's a weird guy.
Hello?
I feel like he should be a very
Pedophile accusation?
No, I feel like he should be a very strange, creepy guy, but he's not. He's just
Nah,
cool.
he's
I'm
chill.
waiting. I'm waiting for him to do
What, the
something.
pedophile arc?
Yeah,
They're gonna arrest him?
I'm waiting for him to like touch someone's tits or something. And it's
That's
like,
Mineta. Or is Mineta? He's like the guy that to
No.
throw us off.
Mineta,
Throw us off his scent.
Mineta, yeah, exactly. He's the low-key one.
Okay.
Sero.
Sarah, yeah. No one would suspect him.
Also, Sarah looks like a Mob Psycho character. Julius gets really pissed when I say this, but
Because you're just wrong.
they have a
You're
lot of
just
characters
wrong.
who look like they're in the Mob Psycho art style.
He says this because he's there's solid black eyes, and solid black eyes, like,
No.
what else then?
I don't know. They're just very basic. And
I think
Mob
it's the,
Psycho
I
has a
think
basic
it's
art
the sol-
style.
solid black eyes.
No,
Because all the other characters that you don't say, look like
Aizawa
Mob
has
Psycho.
solid black eyes, but he doesn't look like a mob. Well, actually,
Okay, but that's the common trait.
he does every
Between-
once in a while.
But between all of the characters that you say look like Mob Psycho characters, they have solid black eyes.
Yeah, that's definitely a characteristic of
it.
the Mob Psycho. They're just basic art style, and I'm just not saying basic is bad, but it's a very simple.
I'm not saying
art
you
style.
are, but I'm just saying you're wrong.
Okay, moving on. So the second season,
See, yeah.
the tournament arc.
Wait.
Go fuck yourself.
We forgot to cover the. What do you think of the little Deku versus Bakugo, the very first round?
Bakugo.
Bakugo.
What is that? When?
I will not apologize for that.
What is that?
That's the whenever they're pretending to be villains,
Oh,
and Deku like fucking. Does
so
flips
that
him
was
over
definitely
his shoulder.
that was definitely a good introduction to what he
Yeah.
can do, and it's
And they're like a good vehicle for their dynamic.
yeah. Midoriya should be dead because there's that one part where Bakugo just like straight up explodes him in the back,
Yeah, he like almost fucking levels the building at
and
one
Midoriya just kind of flies away, and he's like,
point.
"Ah,
Yeah, people's durability.
Kakchan!"
People's durability in the show are
Yeah,
it's a little crazy, but I thought that whole thing was good. You know, we get introduced to why or one of the events that was formative in Bakugo hating Deku,
right.
which is him reaching out to him one day when he had fallen in a river,
Right.
which now may seem kind of petty, but
Bakugo is a very petty character.
it might seem petty now, but I think that moment is very important for
Right.
things later. And
stay tuned.
The reaching out of hands is a very important theme in the
Yeah.
show. Hands are a very important thing in the show in general.
So that is why Hagakure will soon become the main character.
Oh shit, she's only hands.
She's only hands.
And feet. Oh.
Hold on.
Yeah, so that arc was decent.
Yeah. I'm
Nothing
honestly
crazy yet though.
I used to be okay with just the school, like we're gonna fight
Yeah.
for practice. I used to be okay
So this
with
is
that.
what
But I'm so tired.
this is how I've labeled the arcs. There's the hero arcs and the academia arcs. And
Yeah.
there's been a lot of academia arcs. We'll just say that much.
I don't mind. There are some academia arcs where it's fine, but there are others where I'm done. I'm
just
so
you're
tired
fucking out of there.
Right. But that one I think is fun. Cause
because that one they actually, unlike the
skip
other
through
ones, they skip through it and like,
yeah.
this is what they did. This is what the other students did. It's a very quick like run through of everything that happened.
Right.
Basically, it's not a play by play like a certain arc.
Yeah. Have you played this part before?
Yeah.
I watched you.
I'm
I watched you play this while we were recording
I'm-
the Jujutsu.
I'm making it
episode.
monotonous.
Oh, gotcha. So then we have the second, because that's pretty much how the first. Dude,
USJ.
what is you?
Come on, that's an important arc.
That seems like years ago.
That's the first time we're introduced to Shigaraki.
Wait, who? Who's that?
Wait,
who's this guy?
Shigaraki.
Who's this white-haired guy?
He's supposed to be a big bad, but I'm gonna be honest. In this arc, he's kind of a bitch.
I thought they were all side villains.
You thought they were all one-ups?
I thought they were all
One-up
like,
villains.
What about who's that teleporting guy?
The Kurogiri?
Yeah, we legitimately haven't seen him since like the second season, and they're like, he's off on a mission.
Yeah, he's doing something right now. Don't worry about
Who the
him.
fuck cares?
Don't worry about him.
He was like the second main villain, and now he's just gone.
Yeah.
And it's just twice in Himiko.
Well, USJ is also very important in that it's the first hero arc. They actually fight villains this time, even though at this point they're not really supposed to.
Yeah.
But fortunately for them, the villains are kind of fucking weak. And I kind of like that. I kind of like that they're like the League of Villains is growing alongside UA. The UA.
I didn't even realize that. At first it was just a bunch of like
randos.
goons.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now it's like they're actually strong. They're fewer in numbers now, I feel, or later on in the show, but they're definitely stronger.
Yeah.
But the USJ, it definitely made me like All Might.
Oh
that
yeah.
fight.
That's his first like. Well, it's not his first big showing, but like it's his first like. This guy is fucking strong.
Yeah. I think that's defines his power scaling for sure at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, good fight, good animation.
Because Nomu, and we get introduced to the concept of Nomus, who are basically
Yes.
multi-quirk,
Which
like,
are completely wasted.
Frankensteins, which are wasted.
Yeah.
Hello?
I said it.
What? Why do you say this, sir?
Because they're just gone after a while.
I'm gonna have to say it. I'm gonna have to say it.
Don't.
I'm gonna have to say it.
Don't do it.
Yeah. But like, it's again, it also shows Deku's limitations, where like he is still very fucking weak in the grand scheme of things because he has no control over his power.
Yeah.
And he's just like, this is like he has no experience as a hero, legitimately.
Right.
Only thing he's done is like fucking mock classroom villain fights. Not even real.
Yeah.
Not even real.
But
But yeah, that arc was good. It's not as good as I remember it being. I remember it being like, oh, this is fucking awesome, but it's just good.
It's good.
Aizawa gets some shine in there. He gets to fight the villains.
second best character.
He goes out and fights like 70 fucking villains. It's
Does he?
great.
Oh, he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, Aizawa's a mid-tier god.
Mid-tier?
Yeah, mid-tier in terms of like
Oh,
getting to see him do shit.
That's true. Yeah.
But then when he does do shit, he goes all out.
Just stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Day of Reckoning.
Day of Reckoning is coming.
But I mean, this arc is also important in some respects.
Yeah.
We obviously get introduced to the League of Villains.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a good. It's introductory, but not necessarily to the world. More so to what they're up against.
To villains.
Because we hadn't really seen what they're actually up against.
Because these guys, I mean, they may be weak, but they're not fucking around. They're like, we're gonna fucking kill you.
Yeah.
Like you guys are dead. You guys are dead. But we also get introduced to the idea of Shigaraki kind of plants the seeds of the themes of violence that are explored later on, and like, okay, so if heroes get to just go all out and beat the fuck out of villains, what separates them from villains ultimately?
Right.
Their use of violence definitely becomes a major point later on in the series.
Yeah.
And that's something I didn't notice on the previous viewings because I have hindsight now. But another problem with the show that I noticed in season 1, I hadn't even noticed it because I was new to anime. But
the show was bad.
the show
is not
bad.
good.
No, the dimming in the show. I have not seen dimming on a show.
That's true.
bad.
I don't think I've actually
Like, this
ever watched
bad.
another show with more than like one instance of dimming.
I didn't even know that this shit happened that frequently in the first season, but like it sucks.
Bad.
And it doesn't make sense to me because like I don't know what they qualify as a cut to where like we need to dim this because they'll still include.
Is there like a lumen meter?
Yeah, I guess, but like they'll still include like bright cuts that are bright as fuck. But like,
When did that start? And like,
I'm not sure.
you know what? I think I have a theory actually.
What's your theory?
So, Evangelion.
How does this tie back to Ava, Caden?
You know all those bright flashing cuts?
Yeah,
I think I read something
That
at
it,
some
like,
point
caused
saying that
epilepsy.
after that, well, number one, Evangelion caused Cowboy Bebop to have to stop airing for a while on TV.
Why?
Because I think Evangelion set like a new standard for what's like between PG-13 and R.
Oh, okay.
And
The
for a
rating.
while, people were like, Cowboy Bebop is too inappropriate for TV. So it got canceled. It straight up got canceled
Yeah.
halfway through.
There's tits in that show.
And
so-
then, there are?
yeah,
No, there aren't.
there's a guy's tits or a girl, whatever the fuck
Oh.
gender was.
Yeah, it's a guy. But I forgot about that. But then it came back. But I think Evangelion, I read something about how all those bright fucking flashing cuts gave kids seizures.
Yeah.
Little Japanese kids
That-
at like 3 in the morning watching
Oh! That happened with Pokemon too, apparently.
Yeah.
Like, there was a episode of Pokemon.
Or no, I think it might be Pokemon.
Yeah, there was an episode of Pokemon that like had bright fucking flashes, and it like actually caused like
It caused a lot of seizures.
Yeah, it
across
caused a
Japan.
fucking like a considerable amount of seizures. But you know, fuck those kids. I'm trying to see some good ass cuts.
Fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids.
Dude, just don't have epilepsy.
don't have epilepsy.
Not that hard, bro. Get better eyes.
Misfortune podcast.
Misfortune pod. Welcome back to the podcast of Misfortune.
I think that All Might is a good tool similar to a Gojo or a Kakashi, where it's like, all right, all of the like the main heroes are kind of fucking weak right now.
Yeah.
So let's have this super powerful guy do some cool shit so you keep watching, basically.
Yeah, for sure. And at that point, it's kind of framed as like All Might is the only person who can do this.
Yeah,
but
that's true. Because like
obviously-
Aizawa's getting his shit rocked. Like he's almost
yeah.
fucking dead.
And you see Aizawa, and it's like, oh, he's like the teacher, and
he's getting
getting fucked.
But he also doesn't have like the most powerful quirk
Yeah.
necessarily
But it's also funny because like
for combat at least.
I think certain characters in Class 1A could definitely take down Aizawa. Death.
Yeah, that's actually true though. Like,
Which is, it's like, what I'm noticing now is, I figured it was gonna be like a, yeah, they're gonna get good, but the teachers will always come in to save them. But at this point, like,
the teachers have not done as much as the students
yeah,
themselves.
like at this point, like Midoriya or like Todoroki, they can like lay out the majority of the teachers.
Oh,
in the
absolutely.
show.
Yeah.
And
Vlad King, fucking out of here.
Yeah,
Like
they
who? Vlad who?
who? They even say that, like the teachers explicitly.
Yeah.
They're like, the kids might need to wrap this one up or
Right.
something. And I didn't even realize, but there's this shot, in the fight. It's the Todoroki versus Midoriya fight, which we're
Yeah.
about to get to. But there's this shot where what's her name, Midnight, after they the big climax, the big explosion, she's just like gone. There's like a shot of her that's like flying in the distance.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like-
kind of crazy.
Yeah,
They're all just sitting there, and this fucking basically this bomb just got dropped in the middle of the stadium.
Like, I'd like to see a Midoriya versus Midnight fight.
Yeah.
I wonder who would win.
She'd get her shit rocked. I'm sorry. Like, where I'm caught up to in the manga right now, light spoilers, but Deku, like, is probably the strongest hero right now.
Yeah?
Like, actually probably. Or, like, top 5 at the very least. Like, he's fucking built different.
Is Hawks gone by that time?
No.
Oh, is Hawks a hero?
I don't know.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
But yeah, so
okay.
onto the...
Wait. I just wanted to say one more thing about this arc real quick.
Okay.
So All Might claps the Nomu. And, what?
40 fucking minutes?
Yeah.
What is going on?
All Might claps the Nomu.
Yeah.
And, but he's starting to, like, go back into his withered state. And Shigaraki's like, and in this society. And right before he gets warped out of there, somebody just starts fucking shooting him, and you're like, oh yeah, guns exist in this world too. Can't forget about that fact.
Knockoff Whole Horse?
Yeah, fucking Boba Fett Whole Horse comes in and just
like actually
starts fucking sniping him. It's great, and all the heroes just murder these like thugs.
RKO'd that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. First season.
Then I thought the first season did something cool though at the end. They for the end credits of the last episode, they played the ending song and did like a recap of the whole season.
I like when shows do that.
I kind of like that.
Attack on Titan
did that again.
Attack on Titan did that in the first season. I really liked it.
Oh yeah, they did.
But yeah, I like the first season. The first season's good.
It's not as good as I remember it being, but still.
It's an 8 for me. So
that's basically
that matches.
Yeah,
that's basically the same between us. I thought it was a good introduction.
So far. Yeah. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, but then the second best season.
Whoa.
The best second
We'll
best season.
discuss this. Season 2. It has. This is now. We're no longer 13 episode baby show anymore.
No.
We're 25.
Not 24.
Not 24.
25.
But 25.
We don't do this 24.
They had to take it one step further.
Right. Just for that one extra filler episode. That's
yep.
And every why?
Why?
Why, dude?
They just like order like 25 episodes, and they're like, oh, oops, we filled too much. Looks like we need a filler episode.
They had to get that one extra weekend every season.
I think every season thus far after one, they do have like a filler episode.
Yep, from what I remember.
And that's kind of like, I think that might be my problem with the pacing, is because I think the pacing in season 1 is good, because it's literally just manga content. That's all it is.
But after that, it's like the show is literally like, we're in this arc, but now we're in this arc.
Yeah. So in this arc, there is a academia arc, there's a hero arc, and then there's another academia arc, which is kind of the precedent for how things are going to be going forward. But, well, I guess we'll start with the first academia arc, the sports festival.
This is... I don't know if this is probably tied for my favorite arc.
Really? I even on my first watch, I didn't love this arc.
Actually, I take that back. It's not my favorite, but it's definitely in the top 3.
Up there. Yeah. I wouldn't even say that, but okay, I'm gonna be honest. I know there's a lot of hype behind them. I don't love tournament arcs. I don't know why.
What?
I'm sorry.
Julius, you just posted.
I can't get into tournament arcs. I'm not. I can't get into tournament arcs for some reason. Like, I don't know. There's nothing like wrong with the structure, I guess, per se, but it's just like I haven't vibed with any tournament arcs that I've seen.
I mean, I think this
Except
is
maybe the Naruto.
I don't remember seeing tournament arcs in any other show that I've.
That's true. This is like I think it is your first tournament arc.
Is there a tournament arc in Soul Eater?
Oh, it could be.
I think there is a tournament arc.
Jujutsu has a tournament arc, basically.
That's not real.
Yeah, that's a battle royale. That's a battle royale.
That's a good
arc.
Tournament arc, though.
No, I thought I could make it.
So, let's be honest. People just watch this for the Todoroki versus Midoriya fight.
Yeah, that's not even. I don't even know if that's my favorite point of the arc.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I don't remember a lot.
Let's get into it. So
yeah.
It starts out, and there's like the build up for the sports festival.
Right.
And we learn the reason why Ochako wanted to be a hero was to provide for her family.
Because she's poor.
Because she's poor. She's like Miwa from Jujutsu. She's poor.
And poor people suck.
And she's okay. She's got good parents. They're like, nah,
Yeah.
you don't have to do that. Just
Don't do that. Just let us be poor.
follow your dreams.
Right.
And she
just goes, stay
So-
tuned.
I kind of like what Horikoshi does here, where because like usually girls will have some motivations that are not the most in depth when it comes to shonen, where it's like,
Yeah.
I want to kiss the boy really badly.
I want to get railed.
I want to, yeah.
Yeah.
But in this one, he really shows that she's determined in a way that like doesn't even necessarily match her personality, which is the sort of bubbly persona that she has. And I thought that was interesting. I didn't really get it on the first. Oh, I just got fucking.
Oh, no.
That wasn't. I didn't really catch that on the first arc. Like, why is she acting like this?
Yeah.
And fucking Mineta suggests at one point they cut it off, but he goes PMS.
What?
Caden. Women, people with vaginas, they have this thing. It's sometimes referred to as that time of the month, if you will.
Gotcha.
And so Mineta is like, well, she's probably on her fucking period, is basically what it is.
What's a period?
What is that?
What is that? Let's give the Misfortune Podcast viewers a sex ed class right now.
The sex ed episode.
Yes.
So we get into the first fate. Okay, but before that.
The first fate?
Yeah. Before we get into that, there is a declaration of war. Not Attack on Titan. A declaration of war that happens from Todoroki to Deku.
Yes.
And it's
There's several declarations of war, actually.
It's the build-up for the climax of this arc.
It's the, hey, I'm going to be the main character of this season.
So, I think this is kind of weird. And the reason I say that is, this is fine. Him declaring war on Deku is reasonable.
Right. Understandable.
But where was the build-up for this anyway?
It was definitely weird.
Like, it was so sudden. It's like, oh, I guess Todoroki wants to fight Deku now.
I
Alright.
think it was probably just because Todoroki acknowledged or he recognized that like he has a lot of potential.
Yeah.
And he was
sure.
growing pretty fast.
Sure,
at this
but
point.
like they didn't even I don't think they even established that in like the first couple of episodes, or the first episode.
Yeah.
Where they're all like getting ready for the sports festival. Like you don't have Todoroki being like, oh, that
Yeah, that's
Midoriya
true.
guy. So it just kind of felt like out of nowhere. So that was a weird start to the conflict, but I buy it. I think that's interesting because Todoroki does have like one of the most powerful quirks in the class.
Yeah.
And you know, Midoriya is working for #1 hero. Todoroki's the son of the #2 hero. You gotta address that.
Right.
You gotta address that.
So then.
So then is the first phase.
Yeah. What was the first?
It's the race, and
Okay.
it was good.
That was the worst in my opinion. It gets better as it goes, but
I still thought it was pretty good. I kind of like how Todoroki's just so arrogant. He's like,
Right.
alright, I'm just gonna fucking spam my ice and y'all
I'm gonna leave
be
you guys
behind me. Relies on his quirk, basically.
yeah.
Whereas Deku, and that's kind of like there's the parallels between the two the whole time. The first parallel is Todoroki abusing his fucking quirk, while Deku literally has to wait to use his quirk for the moment that it counts.
Yeah.
And he does the dope ass move where he grabs like a piece of metal scrap from a robot. Because yeah, apparently robots are a big thing for
That's very strange.
the training courses
Yeah.
in this school. And he takes one of the metal scraps of one of the broken robots and he fucking dives onto a minefield because there's a minefield that
Yeah.
they have to cross. And he just fucking jumps onto it and gets ahead of everybody and wins the race.
No, that was Deku.
Deku, yeah.
You said Todoroki.
I did not.
Okay.
The record will show
Gotcha.
that I said that. But anyway.
Yeah. Good.
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 But then you get into the second phase, the cavalry battle. What do you think of that?
Yes.
What do you think
I
of
thought it was an interesting
idea?
concept.
Yeah.
It was really stupid when they were like, but the person who came in #1 in the last thing will have 1,000,000 points.
I
or
thought
whatever.
that was to just kind of like drive people to like want to get that. It's basically it's them striving for something like that seems impossible. 1,000,000 fucking points.
Yeah.
Basically. It just puts a big ass target on his head. Basically.
But it was essentially whoever gets his wins.
Yeah. And it was.
Which I wasn't, you know. But
it was
whatever.
a lot more strategic than the last one, and they
Yeah.
there's a lot of teamwork involved, which is good because it's just not a straight up tournament arc where like the one with the brute force fucking wins. That's another thing I like about this tournament is it's not just who wins that counts.
Yeah.
Like hero agencies are just actively looking at who performs like at least well or smartly on this tournament. That's why you have like the support heroes there, like Mei Hatsume, the gadget girl, and she literally just basically throws around to shill her support items.
Yeah,
basically.
she's just an advertisement.
Literally just an advertisement.
But
Cavalry Battle we get introduced to some people like Monoma, who essentially becomes a gag character later, which I'm not a big fan of.
I'm not a big fan of him, but he's whatever.
Yeah, he's a guy.
I thought it was good.
His powers seem pretty broken at first,
Yeah.
but then it's just
It was like
kind of sidelined
yeah.
at a certain point.
One thing that I did definitely like was I expected it for sure to be like Midoriya's the main character, so he's gonna win.
Oh, he's gonna
He has to win, kind of thing. But then Todoroki got the 1,000,000-point banner, and it was like, oh, hold on now.
Yeah.
What are they doing? But he's gonna win the next round, right? And then you get into the next round.
Get into the.
And he doesn't.
Yeah.
No one cares about all the side characters; they get fucked.
Yeah, a lot of side fights.
So.
But there's like a few major fights that get their own dedicated episodes.
Yeah.
You get Shinzo.
It's Shinso.
Oh, okay, weeb. Shinzo versus Deku.
Yeah. I really like Shinso.
Yeah, he's cool. He kind of introduces the concept of like quirk, like stereotypes, basically, where it's like, yeah.
That's a villain quirk.
If I had your quirk, I'd fucking do unspeakable things, right? Basically, and that was an interesting concept to introduce. And he's basically just like the guy who's like climbing through the ranks throughout the show.
I honestly thought he was gonna be a villain.
Yeah.
I think I read somewhere that he would be. I don't know where that was, but
maybe he will. Maybe you stay tuned.
I like Shinso. He came very close to winning, and Midoriya got out of it by a fluke.
Yeah.
Which that fluke did not get explored until like 2 or 3 seasons later.
I don't like that very much. Okay, one for all, just fucking asshole saves him.
Yeah.
So he doesn't lose the match. That was kind of meh. But the rest of the fight's pretty good. They're like actually trying to beat the fuck out of each other.
Yeah.
Shinzo tries to just punch.
Yeah, there's like a good like actual fist fight in it.
Yeah. And then Deku just flips him the fuck over.
Yeah.
Murders him. Does not murder him.
Uraraka versus. Why
Bakugo.
did I say it like that?
Uraraka.
Kubarugi. Yeah, Uraraka versus.
Her little
Bakugo.
like arc gets kind of resolved here, and she fights Bakugo. Good fight.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite episodes. Was that whole fight?
Yeah.
Because like Bakugo just like for her like that's not an amazing. You wouldn't think like that's an amazing combat quirk, but she uses her smarts. She uses her head.
Yeah, she's a tactician.
She uses her head, and that's kind of like the big thing about this arc is everybody finding their resolve to be a hero, essentially, and like, because it's the tournament environment. Where it's like this is a 1v1 against a guy with an explosion quirk. I'm not gonna fucking win this, but if you use your head, you too can be a hero.
You too could be a My Hero Academia.
And I think there was also another angle that was explored in this arc, and that was the sort of the public perception, right? And you obviously had that with like Mei advertising to like hero agencies for support items. We were introduced to the business class heroes who like discuss like Midoriya's stocks are going to go up this week.
So wait, there's the heroes, there's the support, and then there's the business class.
Yeah, there's the business
who
class.
we have not heard of since.
Yeah, because there's not much for them to do. But and with more of that public perception sort of theme, you have in the Bakugo vs Uraraka fight, everyone being like, "Oh, hey, go easy on her. She's just a girl. You shouldn't be doing that, Bakugo. What are you, some fucking villain?"
Bakugo?
And yeah, just all these stereotypes, basically. Cause
there's a lot of stereotype breaking.
Everybody
in the show.
has this idea in their head that Bakugo is like this insurmountable,
He's a brute.
like fucking undefeated guy, and
Yeah.
she's just a frail little girl, but she defies those perceptions and defies expectations.
Yeah.
Kind of like with what Deku did.
Yeah.
You know, being corpus and all.
And then, of course, there's the good fight.
Best animated fight.
The
for
best,
sure.
yeah. Which
I'm
this
gonna
is still
talk
my
about
favorite.
this
This is
fight.
still my favorite fight to this day.
Wow.
Midoriya versus Todoroki.
I mean, it's literally just the extrapolation of what I was saying earlier about Deku having to limit the use of his quirk versus
Yeah.
Todoroki just spin. Although they do actually point out for the first time that these are like quirks are essentially muscles. You can't just use them like forever.
Yeah.
They're things that you have to physically work on being able to use. So what Todoroki's doing is a product of like hard work and everything. But it's just he's just able to spam it because he's had that quirk since he was a kid, and because he was abused by Endeavor.
Right.
And then you have Deku, who is like literally limited. And I love that device for the fight where he has like a certain amount of fingers. He's like, I have 6 more chances.
Yeah.
Now I have
like
5
that.
more chances.
I like that a lot.
Good like tension building in there. But he like gets, even after all his fingers are done, he gets super fucking creative. Like he uses the inside of his cheek
Yeah.
to like create like pressure. That's sick. But and it kind of goes very smoothly. Like Todoroki like starts from afar, but then starts to try to close the distance. But Deku is obviously a better like close distance fighter with his fucking quirk, and and then obviously you get his lecture to Todoroki. What'd you think about that? Because I have some thoughts.
I was a big fan of. That was definitely like one of the biggest character development moments.
For Todoroki.
I think. Well, thus far in the show, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Um.
it's a very big change for him.
Yeah, and I like he finally came out of his shell a little bit because you don't get to see a lot of emotion from Todoroki. A lot
Yeah,
of the time.
so I have no problem.
Uh-oh.
I have no problem with Todoroki coming out of his shell, and that's an interesting arc for this whole thing.
Yeah.
But what I do have a problem with is Deku's action here, and how Horikoshi handled this whole thing. So, Todoroki just confided in Deku about his abuse from Endeavor, and about all the shit that he went through, and why he chooses not to use his, is it his left side or his
The fire.
right side?
The fire
I
is
think
his
it's
left
his
side.
yeah.
And the ice is right.
Why he chooses not to use his left side, and you know Deku's like, all right, but now in the tournament, when it's for the fight and for Todoroki pushing his limits, Deku decides to out the fact that he was abused by his dad to
I never
everybody.
really thought about that.
I never did either, but I read something and I was like, okay, wait a minute, that kind of makes sense. But like on national television, he just sort of outs him, and I just thought like that wasn't the most heroic thing for him to do, but I suppose it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because they talk about heroes meddle where they shouldn't all the time. But I also have a problem with like the fact that, because this show's big about like the media and media's perception of things. There was no talk about any of like that, so that just was left hanging in the air, and I thought
Maybe they just couldn't hear him.
maybe not. Yeah,
Perhaps.
Who knows? But yeah, that was strange. But still, obviously the fucking climax.
Yeah.
That's
Which
amazing.
ends with Deku loses.
Yeah, and it's
then-
fine
It's all good.
because he won the morality battle.
I guess.
Yeah.
And then Todoroki versus Bakugo.
Yeah.
I don't really have a lot to say about that. I mean,
Well, because again, this arc is about going like
Plus Ultra.
all fucking out. Like going beyond Plus Ultra, and trying your best basically, because like even with Ochako, like everybody's like go easy on her, but Bakugo's like she's trying her fucking hardest, all right? She's doing the best that she can. And so when he brings us all to the Todoroki fight, like, and Todoroki doesn't bring his A game, he's upset.
Right.
And that's because Todoroki, I kind of like that with My Hero, like how character changes aren't sort of immediate. It takes a little time to get used to. Like, Todoroki's worldview isn't completely changed yet just by the words that Deku said, but so he sort of regresses a little bit, and he doesn't use his left side again. But there's still that seed that he will possibly use his left side in the future, which he does, obviously.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the arc ends. Bakugo is number 1, which was pretty good result, pretty funny result.
Yeah.
Yeah, good arc. Good arc.
Yeah.
It's good.
What comes after the tournament arc? I completely forgot.
We get the Hero Agency arc.
Oh.
AKA the Hero Killer arc, who we get some build up for.
Oh,
and
no.
I've heard a lot of praise for this arc. I don't get it. But, right? Like,
It's whatever.
it's whatever.
I really don't have anything to say
Yeah,
about it, honestly.
I like Stain's ability. I think it's kind of interesting.
Stain's cool.
He's like, him and Shigaraki are the first two big, like, society guys.
Oh, yeah.
Stain especially, like, holy shit.
They introduced society to
Stain
this
is
show.
basically the fucking, like, the Joker with how society he really
Honestly, this might be, like... No, it might. It is the most society show I think
Absolutely.
I've ever seen. Like, I'm trying to think of other society shows.
Code Geass was a society show.
Code Geass was... Oh, Code Geass was... Beastars was a society
was a
show.
society.
I didn't realize how much of a society show Code Geass was.
Death Note's, like, Light is a society
Death
guy,
Note was a
for
society show.
Sure. The society shows. I love it.
God, what else? There has to be more. Jujutsu was kind of a society show.
Yeah, a little bit. Eren Yeager's become a society
Oh,
guy.
Attack on Titan's a society show for sure. Yeah.
I love how just no context is just called a society show, but like if you know, you know.
I mean, Code Geass has the best line of all time, which is, "All men are not created equal."
Yeah.
So,
the Stain arc, it's
whatever.
It's fine.
I mean, it's-
Gran
yeah.
Torino gets introduced, and he's a guy.
I fucking hate Gran Torino.
Why do you hate him? He's cool. He's like a jet. He
I don't-
jets around.
Anyways, what was the? Didn't they end it on like that one episode where Shigaraki? Or are we not there? No.
Shigaraki what?
Shigaraki in the mall.
No, we're not there yet. So we have our second hero arc, the exams arc, one of the first exams where they fight the teachers. What'd you think of this arc?
Oh, when they fight All Might?
Yeah.
I don't know why. I thought that was in the third season.
No.
This is
There's an
another
exam in
where-
that season too.
This is another. Like, I don't even remember this being important to the plot, really.
It was. I mean, we got a lot of shine for the heroes. Not to the extent of the season 5 arc that we will be discussing later, but they got their little segments.
Yeah.
Every single one of them. But I mean, really the highlight. Like, there's the Momo Todoroki arc, but like. Oh, by the way, there's titles for some of these episodes, such as Yaoyorozu Rising, and there's also Shoto Todoroki Rising.
Origins.
Yeah, there's the Origins and the
There's
Rising
Origins and the
episodes. So
Rising.
basically, the Origins episodes are, I mean, exactly that, Origins.
their backstory.
There's going to be a Shigaraki Origins. There's going to be a
For those of you who can't
going
see
to
it,
be
which
a
is everyone, I'm raising my hand.
there's going to be a Dabi Origins. I'll promise both of those
Wait.
episodes. Shh, 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 shh,
Wait.
shh.
Anyways.
But the Rising episodes are where they sort of like finally come into their own, basically. Because after actually Todoroki still has a ways to go, but like that's when they first really like stand out as a hero. Like Momo has her episode, Todoroki has her episode. I don't remember another one. It could have the Bakugo vs Deku fight could have been Bakugo Rising.
I
Don't remember though.
I think it might have just been called Bakugo versus Midoriya or something.
Yeah, okay. Well, but like, no, never mind, because I know exactly when Bakugo Rising is gonna happen.
Oh, it's going to happen. It hasn't happened yet.
It's going to happen.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I kind of like that little thing. That's nice. That's neat.
Yeah.
It's a neat little thing. But yeah, the Hero Exam arc, all there really is the All Might versus
that's all anyone cares about.
Bakugo and Deku. I love how fucking villainous All Might tries to be.
Yeah,
though. He's actually menacing.
like, brutalizing.
If he was a villain, he would literally take over the fucking world. It'd be over.
Yeah, but also he's like the cheerful villain.
Yeah,
stereotype.
he's still like, haha, I'm going to murder you.
Yeah.
Young Midoriya and Bakugo.
I am here.
Yeah,
Fear.
it's a it's a good intense fight. And Bakugo and Deku finally work together, so that's nice.
Yeah, that part's good.
And you get sort of Bakugo's whole thing is victory.
Right. He
Like,
wants to win.
Deku wants to be able to...
He relies on winning.
Deku wants to be able to save everyone, and Bakugo wants to be able to be victorious in every scenario.
everyone.
Because that's why he admired All Might so much, was because he won all the time. And that's why he's so pathetic and not pathetic, competitive. I don't know why I said pathetic.
That's why he's
That's why
pathetic.
Bakugo's so fucking pathetic.
Fucking pathetic.
He's so competitive and what was I gonna say? Petty. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
And so that was a nice little episode. Then you get the Midoriya at the mall.
one episode.
The mall episode.
Okay.
Okay.
Here's the thing with this show. From what I can remember, every season there's that one episode at the end
We're doing something.
where it's like you think that it's setting you up for the next season, but like it doesn't show that in the next season. It's just like the aftermath of that. And
I'd say this episode is very integral to Shigaraki's character.
oh, I think so. But I feel like it shouldn't be at the very end of the season.
I think it's fine as like a hook,
Yeah.
sort of cliffhanger. So this episode, okay, I watched this episode quite recently, and I noticed I jumped around when rewatching this. I rewatched it, and I know Kaden went fucking crazy because they played the Lisa ending in the middle of the episode.
They did?
Yeah, when they're going to the mall.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was sick.
Oh, we're gonna have to.
Uh-oh.
That's happening.
The
soon.
discourse.
The discourse.
The discourse. And the season ends, and so this whole episode was definitely integral in that you get Shigaraki discovering his ambition that he just wants to destroy All Might. Destruction, which is going to be a very big theme with
Yeah.
him going forward.
Oh, like how he levels that one city.
You don't know that!
Anyways.
Spoilers!
Anyways.
But you also get... So... Oh, I can't say that. That's spoilers. Never mind.
No, go ahead, bud.
No,
Go ahead, bud. Bud.
no, it's too spoilers.
Go ahead, bud.
It's too spoilers.
Go ahead, bud.
Let's just say Deku says something, and I thought that he meant... No, I won't go too in depth about it,
Go
but
ahead, bud.
at the end of the episode, he's with the All Might and the detective. He like reports what happened, and he talks to his mom.
Yeah.
Oh, and that was also another interesting angle that I think Shigaraki introduced, which was like, you know, these people with their quirks, they could literally start a fucking massacre in this mall with some of the quirks that these people have. Shigaraki could literally go on the equivalent of like a mass shooting, basically, in the middle of this mall. But Deku, this is what I thought of my first couple viewings, but Deku's like, yes, All Might, like, is it possible to save everyone?
Yeah.
And I thought he was talking about the fact that he wouldn't be able to save everyone in the situation where Shigaraki would go out and kill everybody in the mall, because he was literally powerless in that moment.
Yeah.
But with new context, I think he was talking about Shigaraki.
He wants to save Shigaraki?
Possibly. Maybe. in the
Shigaraki
future.
redemption arc?
Mm.
It could happen.
It could happen.
That's why
I don't
he's
know.
the grandson of the
We'll see.
girl.
We'll see. We'll see
Hot
what
one.
happens. I just wanted to get that out there, though. So yeah, season 2 ends. Good season. I think the second half is vastly weaker than the first half, but
Yeah. I think so. Too.
it's still good. I'll give it a 7.
Wait, I don't think so.
You don't think? What?
What'd you say? The second half is weaker than the first half?
Vastly weaker than the first half. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll give it a. I'm
on
slapping
to
a
season
7.
3.
Wait! What'd you rate season 2?
I'll give it a 9.
Hey.
9 out of 10. Good.
Just for the first half. Like the first half carried.
I honestly, no, I liked it all.
Okay.
If I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I liked it all.
Yeah. Yeah.
But mainly, what gets me on these is even if it's like a shit arc, there's always
another arc
good. Well, there's always good character development.
Yeah.
Like regardless of what's happening,
or
there's-
another arc in the season to redeem it.
Right.
basically.
There's constant character development, and
That's true.
there's
They
at
are
least one good
progressing.
arc in every season.
They're progressing. They don't just hit the reset button for some characters.
One could say
For some characters.
the heroes are rising.
They are rising.
They are rising.
Oh fuck the movies.
God damn it. I don't even want to talk about the movies.
No, I will talk about it. I'll
Okay.
talk about that.
Um,
Season 3. So for me, like this show is just like getting, well, not the arcs necessarily, but like the seasons are getting better and better
Yeah,
as
I
it
would
goes
agree.
on,
I
and
would
season 3 is no exception. So first of all, before we get into the whole forest training camp arc, you get the pool episode, which is the greatest episode. The greatest episode in anime.
there's a beach episode coming.
That happened.
Huh?
That happened.
No. Julius? Are you fucking with me?
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I let you down and I fucking died. I'm so sorry that I let you down, Caden.
Are you fucking NF?
Can you? I was thinking the
Jesus,
exact
dude.
same thing. Yeah, don't worry, we'll go back. Maybe they'll have a filler episode in the middle of the war arc where they just go to the beach real quick.
I can't believe this. I should have known. I should have known. The thumbnail, I should have fucking known.
I'm so sorry. Anyways, though, yeah, what'd you think of the pool episode?
Go fuck yourself.
What'd you think of the pool episode?
It was nothing.
It was nothing.
It was nothing.
Look, I don't really like. So you have the whole Mineta and Kaminari. They're both like the perverts of the classroom. I didn't really like that thing in season 2 they did where it's like we're gonna trick the girls into thinking that that they have to wear cheerleader uniforms
Yeah.
when like. I feel like that's just a really shitty like fan service.
That was a
move.
blatant fan service.
And I feel like they are way smarter than that. Like I don't know. That was a cringe moment.
No,
but,
that was an anime moment.
But the pool episode is a little more justified. But I mean, the pool episode was just it was Flashback Central, and like they're just.
Flashback Central.
That's what it is.
That's a
This
good-
show
that's
is
a good name.
Flashback Central.
The
dude.
show is season 5 especially.
Yeah, I don't love the flashbacks that they do in this show. It's excessive.
It's a little excessive.
And it's like the same scenes too. Like you were saying, like you too can become a hero.
It's
It's like how many fucking
always-
times are we gonna hear that?
It's always the shot of Midoriya on his knees and All Might in a shriveled form. And then there's always the shot of All Might with like something glowing in his hands and he's looking very
or the
ominous
Kill la
at
Kill transformation
Yep.
animation where it's the little lights passing on to each other.
Yep, and
one
it's
for
always
all.
like the one for all the colored like the fucking Sonic colors.
yeah,
and
Sonic
intro.
colors. Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
They also and another sort of thing that they do with that is every episode they like do well they used to I don't think they really do anymore. They do like intros and it's like we live in a superhuman society where people have quirks
at the beginning
and
of
I'm gonna be the
season
greatest
4,
hero which apparently can and he is going to become
at
the
the
greatest
beginning
hero
of
of all
season
time.
4, he says, "That's right. This is My Hero Academia." And I went crazy. I
So
hate
good.
the intro to the intro.
Yeah, the opening to the opening. Just play the
Exactly.
fucking opening, dude.
It's-
like
it's-
really?
You don't. Do you think they did that because they couldn't cram enough shit into the episode?
Possibly that, but also this is a like
Superhuman
shonen
society.
targeted towards kids, and generally what they like to do is appeal to kids to where they could literally catch an episode any week and like start watching the show. Like just turn on the TV and start watching it from whatever episode
this
they
is a
were.
kid's show.
It is marketed towards children.
I don't know why.
I'm not sure either, especially with some of the stuff that's coming up. The
Yeah.
Day of Reckoning for these children will be coming soon.
People have died in this show.
Yeah, people fucking died. But also, you know, the same thing, what was I gonna say? Fuck me, whatever.
Why are we watching a fucking kid show, dude?
You just said it's not a kid show.
Anyway.
I don't have a problem watching fucking children's material, because I can realize that they can have
Forest
some depth.
training arc.
Alright. Forest training arc.
This is my favorite arc.
Facts.
Facts.
So like you have everything in this arc.
Yeah.
Like really. So it's a hero and an academia arc, like spun into one basically.
It's a My Hero Academia arc.
Yeah. So first of all, I just love I love how informal this arc is. Like there's no like set battles going on. We're just going out to some fucking forest training camp in the summer and we're having a good time.
This is like a long arc too.
it's like
from what I remember.
7-8 episodes.
Yeah.
For My Hero it's long, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love this fucking arc. So it's such a nostalgic arc. Every time I watch it, I just get nostalgia for the first time that I ever went through it. And all the characters, they're having a good time. You know what I'm saying? And if you didn't have the build up of the League of Villains coming through, because they kind of just like tell you like, yeah, they're coming.
Right.
Like, you would just assume that this is just like, chill summer camp arc.
And honestly, I was looking forward to it just by like we're gonna go out and chill here.
Yeah.
Like aspect of it. I didn't even know about the villain.
I love how I love Shonen training where it's like we're going to fucking like you will want to die when we're doing like they're training basically to increase the max capacity of their quirks essentially.
Yeah.
They're all like repeating shit over and over again, and even at the beginning like when they first arrive to the camp, they're like, all right, so if y'all want fucking dinner, you're gonna have to traverse this forest, and we're gonna destroy this cliff where you all fall off to your deaths and fight robots or whatever the fuck those were in the forest. And that was fun. And then you get the slice of life moments. You get them all eating dinner together. You get the bath scene, the hot spring scene.
Yes.
Which I love how this show's like, Mineta, you fucking pervert. How dare you want to go look over at the girls? And then, we're gonna show you the girls.
Right.
we're gonna show you them.
That's so funny.
That's so hypocritical.
Yeah. But
and you get introduced to the wild pussycats, the greatest characters.
They are the worst part of this arc.
Why?
Without a doubt. I
what
fucking
do they
hate
do?
these people. They're such terrible throwaway fucking little pieces
what?
of shit.
Careful.
Fucking cunts.
Oh! He said it!
They are. I was about to say something worse, but I stopped
Oh my
myself
god!
and I realized I could not
Jesus
say
Christ! What's worse than that? Many things.
Many things.
They
are bad,
and you get introduced to the child Coda.
Coda. Child. Oh, wait a minute. There are two Codas in this show.
So, I mean, when you really think about it, this is like Midoriya's very first time having to save like a civilian.
Yeah, I think so.
Because when it comes to the hero arcs, you have the USJ where they're just trying to save themselves, the Stain arc where they're just trying to save each other and a couple more heroes, and then you have this arc where he has to actually like go and save this child,
right,
and be his hero.
His Hero Academia.
Okay, also like this is one of the most, like this feels like one of the most high stakes arcs.
Yeah.
Because USJ, All Might's here, okay.
Right.
The pro heroes are coming in.
We have limited heroes.
Stain arc, Endeavor is right around the corner. In this arc, they caught them with their pants down. You just have Eraserhead.
Right.
You just have Vlad King. You just have the Pussycats. And you just have the UA students. So it just, and like being out in the forest, it felt so isolated from the rest of like hero society. And so it was just such high stakes. I love it. But for some moments in this, so my favorite episode in the show is in this arc. Or the favorite episode in the show is in this arc. The Deku versus Muscular battle. I love this fucking episode.
I'm gonna be honest. I liked the fight.
It's not a high quality fight.
I like the fight, but I hate the character.
I love the Muscular, the character.
Yeah. He's such a throwaway.
Well, that's kind of the point, right? He's just kind of like this big wall of muscle, no complexity. He tells Coda, I just kind of wanted to kill your parents. So he's just like this big, like, basic block of muscle that Deku has to overcome.
The coincidence that it was the guy who killed his parents, and he's like, that's such a stereotype. It's like, I don't remember them when I killed them. And then they're in the middle of the fight.
I don't think it's too contrived. He was a villain out on the run. The League of Villains recruit people like villains. I don't think it's that far of a stretch.
It's whatever. I like the fight though. This arc's a lot about, it's obviously about pushing their limits, and it's also about making promises a reality, and that kind of ties into the second. I feel like when they raid All For One and they fight All For One in the League of Villains, I feel like that's kind of a part 2 to this arc's part 1, if I'm being honest. But and the themes carry over in that this is Deku's this is his greatest showing yet. Yeah. Similar
to how All Might versus All For One, that's one of his greatest showings yet, was him defeating him. But you also get the dynamics of Deku having to save someone who doesn't necessarily want to be saved. You get that a little more with Eri later, but Kota's why are you fucking saving me? And they give the whole speech, which still fucking gets me. It's someday you're gonna find somebody who's gonna be my hero. Deku's just standing there, and I kind of like. Some people don't like this for some reason, but I kind of like that Deku does this 1,000,000% punch, because it's really not like some people like actually think that like Deku, they're thinking that Deku's like that's not 100%, or that's not 1,000,000%. That's stupid, but that's literally just a battle cry. He's just like
pretty much.
He's getting himself hype essentially. It's like 1,000,000 fucking percent. What I will say about this episode. Sub overdub every time on this episode.
So sub is bad.
No, if I showed you this episode, the sub is like the voice actor for Deku in the sub sounds like he's actually fucking dying.
Yeah.
The voice acting in this episode is also another element that sort of carries it as one of my favorites. It's just phenomenal. Muscular's dub voice actor sucks, so that's another reason.
He's just a throwaway villain voice actor.
But his voice actor, he manages to be a cool guy in the sub. Sub version of that episode is my favorite episode of My Hero. Period.
Interesting.
Point blank. Period. Then you get other stuff.
A lot of the rest of it's just kind of them running around.
Yeah.
Which honestly I didn't mind. Like in the context of what was happening, I thought it was interesting.
It's still fun.
It's a lot of individual fights with like different villains.
Yeah, we get introduced to the newer recruits of the League of Villains.
The new version, the updated version.
Yeah. Because like last time it was really just Shigaraki, Kurogiri, and a bunch of thugs. That was literally it. But now they got some numbers.
Yeah.
And they're cool. I like them.
Yeah.
Cool additions. Dabi's based. Toga.
Best girl.
We all know
Himiko is.
Caden's feelings on Toga.
Yeah, Himiko is. If
he wants to be stabbed by her, is what he's trying to say.
Yeah, I think Himiko. I take back what I said about Jiro. Well. Ooh, that's a hard one. That's a hard one. Who would win the fight?
They must engage in blood sports to figure out who's best girl.
I think I know who would win that fight. So, I'll leave it up. I'll leave it up to everyone's interpretation.
That's how we settle everything now on the battlefield.
Right. Yeah, I liked it.
A lot of good shit in there. You get Tokoyami's like his Dark Shadows going wild.
Yeah.
You get introduced to Mr. Compress, one of the most base characters in My Hero. He becomes extremely base later on.
He's already extremely.
He's already, but like he becomes even more base. It's phenomenal.
He's just
Bakugo gets fucking kidnapped.
Stay back.
Yeah.
Deku.
And again, you know, Deku reaching out to save Bakugo.
A little parallel there.
You see it? And Deku's like fucking sad as fuck because he couldn't save him.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
So is the raid arc part of? No, it's not. The raid arc is its own little.
It's not, but I see them as kind of like.
They coincide.
Yeah, because it still has to do with Bakugo's kidnapping.
I mean this, again, it's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
They go in and they raid.
They go in and they raid, but I mean a lot of it is just All Might versus All for One at the end of the day.
That's pretty much what it is.
And if I'm being honest, it's not as good as I remember it being.
No?
It's kind of just like when you really think about what happens in that fight.
It's not a very...
It's kind of a boring fight.
Yeah, it's not a very good fight.
It's about the emotions at the end of the day, a little
right.
more so though. And, I mean, it's a great moment when he does his United States of Smash, which I thought was hilarious, because Kaden didn't understand half of the build-up behind that move.
I didn't know what they were saying. I was like, yeah, that sounds like a state name, but surely not.
Delaware Smash, Detroit Smash. Oh, that's a city, but... Detroit Smash. Texas Smash.
It just didn't comprehend in my mind.
Yeah.
Until he said United States of Smash, and I had like an epiphany.
Like that's the whole build-up behind that is like we've done the states so far, and now we're doing his fucking. He brings a whole nation down on All for One, pretty much.
Yeah.
Good emotional fight though.
No moves are destroyed.
Arcs,
right. Yep.
It marks the end of an era. The end of the All Might era. All Might is not going to fight anymore.
All Might is no more.
He's done.
I'm gonna be honest.
Kind of like that they've committed to that.
I'm gonna be honest. I kind of like post All Might era more than pre All Might.
Ooh.
Or not pre.
I kind of like that he's just genuine now. He's not having to put on.
He's a very wholesome
the mask, if you will. But the fact is. All Might keeps on teaching all these classes.
Whoa!
I got bars.
He does
Don't
have bars.
underestimate my bars, guys. Good arc.
Yep.
Next arc.
What happened? What's the next arc?
What is the next arc? We're moving into the dorms. We're all recovering and we're moving into the dorms.
Oh man, I thought they did it a lot earlier.
It's not even an arc. It's literal filler. But
Yeah, they move in the dorms,
yeah, they move in.
which I like.
It's a new era. I like it too, because it like gives us a lot more time with the other UA students.
What a good idea. Let's move all these kids who are going into puberty.
Especially
into-
fucking Minetta, Jesus Christ.
Let's move them all into rooms unsupervised, essentially.
Well, they haven't. As far as we know, they haven't been getting down and dirty. So they
will.
seem like pretty oblivious to each other.
Yeah.
Except for Ochako
What
and
is
Deku.
sex?
What is sex?
What is sex?
I haven't taught you guys what sexual intercourse is yet.
Oh no.
Today, I need the sex ed episode.
That's
dude.
that is a hentai plot.
What is a penis? Deku still doesn't know what a penis is.
All Might.
He fucking fights villains to the death, but he still doesn't know what a penis is.
All Might.
All Might!
What is that?
Son, I'll teach you what a penis is.
I
Oh,
need it.
God.
I need it.
Oh god.
It'll happen one day.
You too can have sex.
You too can come.
Can come. Then you get into the exam. Oh wait, no. Before that, Deku learns to use his legs. Which like they treat it like
It's just
his mind
yeah.
literally breaks. But it's like, is that not like one of the first things?
I
you
remember
think about?
mentioning that like earlier on in the show. I was
Why
like,
doesn't he use his
why don't you
legs?
just kick? Like your legs
But
are
like
definitely
Deku treats
strong.
it as like the biggest epiphany of all time. He's like, I can use my legs to kick.
Like your
It's
legs are definitely stronger than your arms. So
Yeah, depending on which one you work out more. But I mean, yeah, it's legs.
I mean, naturally your legs are just stronger.
your legs build the support for
Right.
strength. So you're right.
Got those thighs. Got those calves.
Thick thighs.
Um.
So that's a thing.
Yeah.
And then we get into the. I mean, generally, like, I think when it comes to My Hero, the second half of the seasons are just not as good
Yeah.
as the first halves.
This is my
Except
second to
season
least.
5, probably.
Yeah.
That'll be the exception.
This is my
Hopefully.
second to least favorite arc.
The
I think
exam,
in the
another
show.
exam.
the Hunter exam, as I like to refer to it as.
Yeah, basically.
Um.
You have to tag each other with bulls.
Bulls.
We get introduced to other schools, which is a thing.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I like the other school characters.
Yeah, I like them. I like Inasa.
I like,
I like.
Other Emiya.
Yeah, the guy who acts like he's wholesome. Hey guys,
Hey guys.
let's all be friends.
Fuck you,
He's secretly like,
Todoroki.
fuck you.
I hate your
Todoroki
dad
fights a
because
bu-
he didn't give me an honor.
Todoroki fights a bunch of ninjas. You know,
Whatever.
you have a 10 million IQ girl who they have to fight.
Yeah.
Deku, Gang Orca comes out. Yeah, that arc is just very.
It's not good.
okay. Inasa like got shafted by Endeavor one day, so he's still holding a grudge.
That season's really lucky it has the forest training arc
That's
in it.
true. Otherwise,
It
well,
would
wait a
be
minute. There's still some good shit in there.
No, there's some good
Miss
shit in
Joke.
there.
There's Miss Joke too. You know, she gets introduced.
She's cool.
She's neat. There's
Um,
Sleepy Guy.
Sleepy Joe.
Sleepy Joe.
Sleepy Joe is in.
You guys are gonna get your license.
You guys.
in this exam.
Hey, you guys are gonna get your license. You're gonna
Sleepy
eat
Joe,
some-
he can't even remember the heroes.
He can't even remember.
He can't even remember the heroes' names.
He's trying to go to sleep in the middle of the Hunter exam. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
That was fine.
So then after that, you get the shit crammed into the end of the season. Deku versus Bakugo.
Okay, actually, I forgot.
Yeah, that kind of saves it a little bit.
That was my favorite fight right after it happened.
Yeah.
I think Todoroki versus Midoriya is still better,
Yeah.
but Bakugo versus Midoriya, it's not far off.
Yeah, I mean, the animation is great.
It's
The emotions behind the battle are great. This is a new angle of Bakugo who's been kind of built up. It's like, what is Deku doing? Why is he hanging out with All Might?
I think the emotional payoff for Bakugo though is better than the emotional payoff for Todoroki.
Yeah, that's true. Cause this kickstarts like his arc.
Like I was waiting. I came when I saw Bakugo start to cry. I was like, oh, emotion.
Yeah, that was a nice moment seeing him cry for
Seeing
once.
him break down and be sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like actually be vulnerable because he doesn't allow himself to be.
Yeah.
And just a great fight. Yeah, great emotions. All Might comes in to stop. Or is that Eraserhead?
No, All Might comes in. And he's like, please. Because Eraserhead finds out about it, but then All Might asks him to go and
Yeah.
do it. And then Eraserhead shows up later, and he's like, you guys have been good fun.
So that's a great fight and a
Yeah.
great like ender to that.
Yeah, I think so. And then
And then what?
the Yakuza.
I'm gonna go take a piss.
Back to the episode.
The famous editing scream.
Yes, that's what it will be referred to as from now on. You should just leave in the S scream, just the random scream, and then it starts.
No context.
Ah! Vin Diesel.
I think I'm gonna do that.
The Vin Diesel ADR scream. Yeah. Ah! So,
My leg!
season 4.
Yes. Oh, also, in season 3 we get introduced to Mirio, the big three. Mirio, Amajiki,
Oh,
and
I
Neji.
forgot about that. They're kind of
Crammed it in at the end.
Season 4,
And he's like powerful as fuck.
the Yakuza arc.
Mm!
The Yakuza.
Mm!
The Yakuza arc.
We had Overhaul built up, but now he gets his arc.
Yeah. I don't particularly like some of the things.
I think it's one of my favorite arcs.
Well, specifically the raiding and how they're just kind of
The raid.
they're just trying to get through the house.
I like that. It's. I mean, you got to do some. It can't be straight
So
up
how does
fucking
this-
fights? It's a very One Piece.
How does it start? Well, that's why. How does it start? I forgot.
How does it start?
Oh, it starts with
It
so they
starts with
have to go-
Kirishima. Well, one of the plot lines is that Kirishima and Fat Gum find this guy who has like an enhanced quirk, and
Yeah.
so they start like figuring out that it has ties.
I do
bullets
like-
have ties to the Yakuza.
I do like how everyone starts to all the agencies start to collaborate. They do a collab.
League and the Yakuza.
Yeah. Yakuza versus
Pretty
League.
soon, the Metal Liberation Army and the League of Villains. A lot of mergers.
Yeah. But so pretty much, Himiko and Twice are planted into the Yakuza. Which is awesome. I never thought I'd actually say that.
I like them as a duo. I think they're fun.
They're good. They're good
They're a
together.
fun little duo.
Um,
She's his rock, basically.
yeah. They're both insane, but they balance each other out.
Yeah, we get introduced to Eri. Kid just raise his fist in the air because he is a fucking degenerate. Let it be known. This is why he doesn't want anyone to see this podcast.
I'm not gonna say anything. I will not say anything.
No
I will
comment.
simply make gestures so
No
that people can
comment.
so that people can
That's not ideal for podcasting.
so that people cannot see.
I wish I could say something, but I can't.
No, you cannot, but
Okay, so yeah, you get introduced to Eri, who like has
Overhaul's daughter, right?
yeah, she has a plot device where she can basically rewind humans to the point where they evolutionarily did not have a quirk.
Yeah, that's
Which is like,
That's
okay.
like a JoJo villain. Quirk.
So
or JoJo villain stand power.
so like she could reverse like Mirio's quirk where it didn't exist anymore. So when she erased her dad, was her dad just like a fucking bacteria or something on the fucking ground? Like,
Yes.
did he go all the way back?
He
to
was
the
nothing.
beginning?
He was literally.
He was
He could have
nothing.
just been. He turned into a fucking LCL.
Yeah, I guess so. That was a pretty, that's sad.
Little
Sad.
sad.
Little
Little sad
sad.
moment.
Little sad moment.
Little sad.
I
moment.
did
When the child kills her father. Little sad.
I did really like how she ended up using it for Deku's 100%. Like now he can constantly do it.
The
That
climax of that was good.
That was a unique use.
I guess that's the only time we've ever seen him like constantly go all out.
Yeah, that's like his strongest right there.
Yeah.
So there's some great things in this arc. I really like all the fights in this arc. I love the.
There are good fights in this arc.
Amajiki versus the 3 randos, including Sanji from One Piece.
Not a big fan of that arc.
I really like that fight because it was a lot of unique quirks.
Yeah. Well, okay.
This entire arc is a great vehicle for introducing new quirks and powers.
That's a good point. Yeah, that for sure.
There's
is.
a lot of them. Like, the arcs per capita in this, or no, excuse me, the powers per capita in this arc are crazy.
I feel like a lot of the fights in this arc, they're supposed to be very emotional, but I don't get the emotion
We got
behind it.
Amajiki's backstory.
Amaji, yeah, I don't.
Mirio.
Unfortunately, I don't
And
really care about.
Mirio's Amajiki's son. Yeah, it's like you either like those characters or you don't, and you buy the.
Wait,
you either
Mirio's
buy them.
Amajiki's son. What the fuck are you talking
The
about?
son.
Oh, the son. I was
Because
like,
he's
what?
he has anxiety. He has crippling
Yeah, that's right.
anxiety.
I like Amajiki as a character. Where the fuck did he go? Actually, in the show,
Let's just say he's not coming back.
is he dead? Did he die?
I meant like in a major way.
No.
Let's just say
Let's just say he's not coming back.
he's out behind the. He's out on I-95. Let's say that much.
Uh-oh. The Kirishima arc.
I love that. That's
Uh,
one of my favorite. I feel like that arc is so underrated.
I like his backstory, but I don't.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
I love
about
all the
fight.
motivations that everybody has to be a hero. Ochako to save her parents, Kirishima to sort of overcome his fear that he has, because he's always talking about like manliness and like this is what it takes to be a man.
Right.
And it's sort of like it's saving face for how afraid he is, which is just like his hero Crimson Riot. And we get introduced to a particular giant individual and the backstory.
Yes.
Who will
return?
I would just say, stay tuned. The day of reckoning.
Stop saying fucking
Stay tuned! This is one of the greatest experiences ever, is watching through My Hero, and Caden's like, who's that guy? Is he ever gonna come back? And I'm like,
it's all related! I feel like the fucking Ancient Aliens top text, bottom text guy.
he's connecting it all.
Yeah, like connecting the dots, like that picture of Charlie Day in front of the pin board.
Yeah, the Charlie Day, yeah.
Ah.
So I love the, I just love the Kirishima fight. I love that one guy who literally has no loyalty but to blood sports. He just wants to fight people.
Yeah.
He's fucking Goku, and like, it's a really well animated fight, and it's just great.
Yeah.
It's awesome, love it.
And then of
This
course-
arc, okay, despite the fact that it's like actually probably the longest arc we've ever had in the show, like it feels so smoothly paced. Like I feel like we're in the third act, like super quick.
It is. It
Like
definitely
the
is.
versus overhaul part really quick.
Yeah.
That's what I love about it.
And then of course you have.
Mirio versus Overhaul.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the slideshow.
Yeah. It's whatever. It's fine.
Ah!
It's fine. No,
Stop.
that wasn't editing. That's not editing.
That's not editing.
Um,
You say that right after. Oh, okay.
It's whatever.
I think it's a great show of Mirio's character, and I fucking love him. How he's gonna take on this guy with one of the strongest quirks in the show, Quirkless. He's gonna fucking fight him.
Yeah.
And I just thought that whole fight was pretty clever. It's like his power finally, like, he has to give something up, basically. Like,
Right.
His power's permeation, which is pretty fucking broken. He's like going through walls and
Yeah, his
wall
power is
banging
broken.
people.
At first, I was like, that seems like such a mid.
But like whenever you think about it, it's super broken. But they also, like, Horikoshi found a great way to neuter it. It's like, okay, what
It
if
took me a long time to figure that out.
what?
Well, no, how he was explaining how he sucked his
Oh,
his power.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and it's like he had a struggle with his quirk too. It's not like he was just. And I feel like that's what we're gonna find out with All Might, was that he actually had to really work on his shit too.
Yeah.
Because the way everyone frames it, it's like some people did.
He didn't really have. Yeah, they always say that.
And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Because you are literally watching Deku's journey, and he's working his ass off.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'm sure it wasn't that different for All
yeah,
Might.
So, and like that was just a great setup. Like this bullet that takes away your quirk is going to hit Eri.
Right.
So I can't use my permeation, and I'm gonna sacrifice myself for her. That was great.
Yeah, that was good.
Love it.
I
I think it's Deku versus Overhaul. This is like, when you think about it, like his first battle versus like a major arc.
bad
villain.
guy.
Yeah, because like Muscular's like a crony. I guess Stain.
Yeah.
But Stain's like a vigilante. Like this is like the first like big villain.
Stain's not really a villain. He's a good guy.
He's a society man.
He's a
He
society.
sees the flaws in our society, the
He
cracks, the cracks that have formed.
Exactly.
But the Deku versus Overhaul fight's great.
It's good.
I love it.
Very good animation.
Like the way they incorporate all the quirks into the battle is amazing. Because Overhaul can essentially, his quirk is he's doing with the Yakuza. He can disassemble and reassemble
Right.
himself and others and just anything around him. And so he basically absorbs other people and their quirks by disassembling their bodies and assembling them onto his own.
Yeah.
He has this cool ass.
He has the Akira. It's an Akira power.
Yeah, Akira power, and there's this one guy who has this power where, like, if he asks you a question, you have to answer it truthfully. And he uses it on Eri, which the whole theme with Eri throughout this arc has been like,
She's afraid.
I don't want you to save me.
Yeah, she doesn't wanna-
You're risking your lives. Why are you doing this?
She doesn't want other people to be hurt.
And she tells the truth basically, and she's like, nah, I don't believe in Deku. Oh, how could I forget about Night Eye?
Yeah.
The new guy.
He's dead.
He's dead, but he was in this arc. And what'd you think about Night Eye?
At first, I was like bad.
Why?
He was just annoying.
What?
He was El Malloy.
He
essentially.
believed in laughter and joy.
But then he became base.
Then he became base.
And then he died.
So Night Eye can see the future. There's so many busted quirks in this fucking
There are.
arc, Jesus. He can see the future. Only for like a limited use though. Like you can't just infinitely see the future. And he sees a future
for exclusively certain people.
he sees a future where Deku fucking dies and Overhaul escapes.
Yeah.
And well, that's the whole thing about this fucking arc. It's about the future. It's about time. You know, Eri with her rewind quirk. You got Night Eye with the future. You got Overhaul talking about the past of the Yakuza and how that needs to be fucking thrown away in favor of a new... Excuse my phrasing. Overhaul.
Oh.
Of the Yakuza.
That's based.
And so Deku's cannon destroys fate in the future. Huh? What'd you say?
No pain. Please.
I really like, so there's like, the fight gets really out of hand and like the fucking big ass hole in the ceiling, and I really like that Deku puts on Mirio's cape that's flying through the air. That's cool. He's got the cape fit now.
Well, that's what that was.
Yeah.
I never
Were you
got
wondering
that.
what that was the entire
Yeah,
time?
I was just like, what is
What
that?
is that? And you get the insert song.
So that's the worst. That's the worst arc of the season.
They like give lyrics to that song.
Let me say one thing. Let me say one thing for the audience out there. Insert songs need to be abolished.
Are there any examples of good insert songs?
We're getting to it. There's one
No!
song.
No! No! That's not editing. This is not editing.
There's one instance of a
No!
good insert song.
No!
And we will soon. We're approaching it.
Oh. Okay, never mind.
We're getting to it,
I
Julie.
thought you were talking about the Christmas one.
We're getting to it.
No!
So
The whole fight is awesome.
a good fight. Very good
Deku
fight.
gets 100%. His design's cool. Ares on his back. It's like a nice little like one time. Like he can't pull this off.
One
again.
time for the one time.
It's like take this opportunity because Ares has a particular quirk, but this is like not something that's going
Right.
to happen again. Because like even Ares suffered from drawbacks from using it for that long.
Right. Yeah.
And I mean, there's fucking great animation. Deku fucking fists him to death. He dies. No, he doesn't die.
Well, he gets both of
He
his
gets
arms
fucked
fucking
by
taken.
Shigaraki. Which I love that. I love that they're just in this van and they're like, hey guys.
So what? Mr. Compress takes one of his arms.
Yeah. So he just has a ball with fucking Overhaul's hand somewhere.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, so... And then you get Night Eye's death, right? Which is a great episode. Great
The death-
emotional episode.
The
He gave-
death of Night Eye.
Yeah, he gives a great like monologue about everything.
A death in the family.
He's like, I think everybody's potential was what changed the future
Yeah.
today. And
It was
their
kind
drive.
It was kind of extended, but
Nah, it was deserved though. Like this is
Made
a
sense as to why.
this is a rare character death in this shit.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta give some props to Night Eye. And he was I forgot to mention he was all night.
all night. Oh, dude.
Oh, that's bars.
That's their team name.
All Might. Holy
That's-
shit.
Dude, that is bars.
All Might. He's All Might's like assistant. And
Night.
All Might like Night Eye was like, dude, you're gonna fucking die if you keep doing this. And All Might was like, I don't need you. He walked away.
Right.
All Might went off on his own, which is a recurring theme.
Oh, it is.
We'll just, but not just for All Might, but we'll get to that when we get to that someday.
Decent arc.
Decent. I love that arc. That's like probably. I think that's like my second favorite arc. I love that arc.
And then.
Well, before that though,
Okay.
Night Eye also has like a little prophecy.
Yeah.
He has this prophecy in this arc where Overhaul escapes, and Deku dies. Now, light spoiler. But Overhaul escaping is not necessarily false. Not necessarily false. I'll just say that much. And Deku dying could be a possibility. Who knows?
Good.
It hasn't happened yet.
He's a no drip main character.
Yeah. No drip Shonen MC.
No drip.
He's gonna cry in the last battle and get murdered.
He cries
No
anymore.
drip Shonen MC spent too much time crying when he should have been fighting.
Sigma Male grind set video.
Sigma Male grinds at Bakugo. Bakugo.
Bakugo.
Fuck. Fuck.
Back
It's how I was raised.
Back and go.
It's how I was raised.
So
I love that.
what happens after that arc?
I think we all know what happens next.
Is this my favorite arc? No, because
School festival.
Gentle Criminal.
Okay, Gentle Criminal's base.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Let me say this.
He got a.
For everyone to hear. Listen well.
And listen good.
Gentle Criminal is the worst villain in this show.
That is patently false.
I would rather watch the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fight than Gentle fucking Criminal.
What Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fight are you talking about?
The lizard guy.
That is racist, Caden.
No, it's not.
You can't say that.
He's a fucking lizard.
You're about to
That's
look like
his
a
word.
clown. You're about to find out that that's racist. The racism arc is coming up.
Does someone call him a lizard and then he goes on a rant
Actually,
about
there's like an actual problem in that world of people being racist towards people like him.
Well, sucks. Bad RNG,
Should
I
have been
guess.
born a lizard.
Bad RNG, I
guess.
guess.
No, I disagree. Gentle Criminal is a good character because this entire arc is extremely low stakes, and I like it.
Low tier god.
It's not low tier, it's low stakes. There's a difference.
Low stakes god.
Low stakes god. I like that.
It's good.
Like it's quite literally. I think it's the Academia arc for this. Oh, wait a minute. We almost forgot about the Remedial Course arc. That's nothing. That arc is
that isn't an arc. That's not.
They have to like play with kids or whatever. That's
Yeah.
what happens. But anyways, School Festival arc. I love it. I mean, I just we can finally slow down from all the shit that's been happening. It's just chill and do a school festival, except for Deku going to fight. Like that's how casual this arc is with like its stakes and everything. It's like Deku's gonna go to the store and he's gonna encounter Gentle Criminal like when walking away from it.
Right.
And like Gentle Criminal's like this on YouTube, like he's posting a fucking ARG of like, I am the Gentle Criminal and you must find me or whatever. I don't think he's a bad villain because I think he's like finally someone who's like, okay, this guy isn't a fucking psycho. He isn't a fucking lunatic, and he's just a pointer of how hero society can go a little wrong sometimes. And like he doesn't go completely down the path of like a Shigaraki or an Overhaul, so
Yeah.
like it's just kind of a nice break, I guess. And he, you know, it's also, again, this isn't really a spoiler, but this is more so like telling you what's to come for Deku's character. It's another way of building Deku, how Deku views the world and the dichotomy of heroes versus villains, and how hero society works. Because Gentle Criminal gets society pretty hard.
Yeah,
so,
he does.
Yeah, I really like this arc though. It's one of the rare cases where I thought the Academia arc was almost as good as the hero arc.
It has a banger insert song.
True.
Fucking. We can all be
A
heroes
singer
too.
from the X Factor sang it.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
They sing in English in the dub as well as the sub, which is interesting.
That's
She's
very strange.
singing English to all these.
Even though she's modeled after the dub voice actor.
all these Japanese people, she's just singing in English.
Yeah.
They're like, I can't understand a fucking word she's saying. God damn it!
God damn it. Back you go.
Back you go.
I
Everybody
like
gets
it.
a little shine in the performance. It's a fun time.
Yeah.
It's a good, funny time.
And then. What's the last arc of season?
Tail end, the
Yeah.
pro hero arc. Where we get introduced to one of the best girls in My Hero!
The pro hero.
The bunny girl. Oh,
She doesn't even
my
do anything.
God.
She really doesn't do anything.
Stay tuned. Day of Reckoning will come. The record will be straight.
Anyway.
But anyways, she's fucking hot.
Yeah.
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 I wanted to fucking crush my fucking head with her thighs.
Anyways.
Not anyways. I'm going to continue to suck. No, but this is the one where Endeavor takes on the Nomu.
Yeah.
And I'm glad they're addressing Endeavor's like growth into becoming the number one hero.
I'm becoming an Endeavor stan.
Yeah.
I'm really liking him so far.
Despite all of his cancelable offenses.
Yeah, despite abusing his family.
And a little more.
Yeah. Good.
That was
Good fight.
a great animated episode.
Introduced
yeah.
to Hawks.
And we get Hawks, yeah.
Hawks is a.
Is he a villain? Is he a hero?
He's maybe
I
a
don't
G.
know. I don't know. Caden doesn't know. And
I don't.
I'm laughing to the bank.
So that's the end of season 4.
What do you think of season 4? I really liked it. Everybody hates on this season, and I'm not quite sure why.
It was about to be my favorite season. I think season 3 is still my favorite. We watched season 4 in like 3 days or something.
I think season 4 is like despite not having the highest of highs, it's like the most consistently good season.
Yeah,
I'd say.
I would agree with that.
Like all of the major arcs, except for the remedial course, are like really solid. So I can't say the same for like season 3 personally. So it's probably my favorite season.
Yeah. And then season 5.
Wait, what do you rate it? I'm rating it
I gave it a 9.
Oh yeah, season 3 is an 8 as well.
Every season so far has been a 9 for me, other than the first season, which was an 8.
And pretty soon, so far,
Oh.
the 5th season, we caught up. We're caught up, folks.
So the 5th season contains the worst arc in the show.
I disagree. Let's discuss Class 1A versus Class 1B.
Let's not ever.
Let's discuss it.
It's so fuck. It's nothing.
It,
There is no. That's
well,
literally.
okay, it's not nothing. Deku gets introduced to his. I mean, that's really all this arc is about, is showing Deku's new quirk. Basically.
It's a good solid 9 or 10 episodes of filler.
It's not filler.
It is filler.
It is canon, and it is integral to the story.
No, it is not.
Yes, it's literally show. Okay, despite the fact that Class 1B will quite literally be irrelevant in the future, all the Class 1A students are showing their character progression and development. So I'm not gonna agree with the filler.
I don't really care about that. Other than.
But you
Shinso,
can't say
maybe?
it's fucking filler.
It's not filler, but I didn't really need to watch it.
That's not base.
It was not a good arc.
You're an arc skipper.
I'm not an arc.
We have an
skipper.
arc skipper, folks.
I would never do that.
I thought it was good. There's some good strategy in there. I will agree. It goes on for a little long.
They didn't skip any of the fights like they should have.
Yeah, but I mean that's kind of what I like about this show is I feel like you have to have these sort of lower stakes like academia arcs so that you can like show how all of them have improved and how they could possibly serve their roles in the future as pro heroes without necessarily like having to have the world fucking end if they don't win, like without high stakes and not making it seem like they're just winning all the time.
That's fair.
So that's how I see it, but you know, Shinzo's back, so that's cool.
Shinzo's based.
Shinzo's, yeah, he's a cool guy. Deku, like I said, gets his first new quirk. What are your thoughts on the multiple quirks?
I can't really comment on that yet until I see more.
I will say my thoughts on it are I don't love it.
Yeah.
It serves the purpose that it does for the story later on. That's very clear. But like first you're gonna give him a quirk on his quirk list, then you're gonna give him like 6 quirks, and like there's a point where like his quirks are like just better or like not better versions, but like minor versions of other quirks. So he's just like serving 7 different roles, and he's just like a jack of all trades. And I'm like, I don't love that, but I kind of see how it serves the arc that he's gonna go on in future seasons. So for now, it's fine. He still has to master them, but you know,
Yeah.
it was a mad decision. But for his character arc, I suppose it'll work. So that arc is good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
And then.
So you just fucking shit on it, and then you said it's good. You agree with me?
No, I'm just trying to move on.
Oh.
Not a whole lot's happened after that. We're starting
Endeavor Agency
the Endeavor
arc,
Agency.
which is
good. But how could we forget?
The Christmas.
Unironically.
How could? Oh shit! I have to talk about this fucking shit too. So go ahead with the Christmas episode.
Unironically, the best episode of the season so far.
Oh my god! You have to be fucking shitting me.
And the best insert song, without a doubt.
Oh my god!
And it's a good episode.
It's fucking like a shit ass song, dude. Like it's so bad.
Moving on.
So, the funny thing about the season is, this is the very first time that Bones has decided to deviate from the source material a little bit, deviate from the manga.
So they have.
And I heard about this. I wasn't caught up yet, but I heard that the Endeavor Agency arc was decidedly going to be placed before the My Villain Academia arc. and they're so titled MVA by the fans, and so I was still optimistic though, because I trusted Bones so far. I don't think they'd completely butchered the adaptation of Class 1A versus Class 1B fight, so it's like, alright, let's see how this goes. I fucking hate this decision. This is so bad, like, and it... I suppose, like, there's always that arc in this throughout the seasons where, like, there's a sort of middle arc that's, like, a few episodes long, so it kind of serves as that. But this is just not good. Like it's so... Watching it from an anime-only perspective, or, like, seeing it through that lens, it, like, builds up... it takes away all the build-up of the Meta Liberation Army and Hawks' participation in it, and they just kind of pass off the MVA arc as the Deka City incident, and, like, what the fuck is that? And that, I guess, builds up intrigue, but, like, there's this part where Hawks gives Endeavor the Communist Manifesto.
Yes.
Like, hey, whatever the fuck that book is called.
The Communist Manifesto.
And he's like, yeah, you should check out the highlighted parts of this book. And Endeavor looks and sees, like, a secret message, and it's like, the enemy is the Liberation Army. They're 100,000 strong, or something like that. But, like, without any of the build-up as to who the fuck these people are, it's like, why do I care? Why do I give a fuck that we're going to go fight them?
There's
like,
an attack coming.
I don't give a fuck at this point, though. And I think this would have... Well, you do, but, like,
and all the other anime-onlys probably do.
Well, they're betas, so...
Don't read the manga, that's all I have to say.
But, like... Okay, I'm not gonna say that this might not be good for anime-onlys, but compared to how Horikoshi wrote the manga, it's just, it doesn't, the build-up is not as strong, like, whatsoever. Now, granted, in the manga, actually, at the beginning of the MVA arc, the Meta Liberation Army still don't get a whole lot of build-up. They kind of just show up. But, like, at least at that point, now we can get excited that we're gonna have a fucking, like, a little more excited that we're gonna have a fucking war with them. Like, I don't know, they've just... I trusted Bones, but I don't... This is kind of a bad decision, I think.
Well,
I think this is a poor
all I have to
decision
say
on my
is
part.
manga is bad, and it's a good thing I'm not reading it.
All I'm gonna say is Caden is 5, and he has to be able to hear and watch
Caden
things.
is base, and manga is
He can't
not.
put the mental effort through
Manga
reading.
is bad, and people who read manga should die. All of them, without exception. And that's my hero thus far.
Yeah.
Um,
So far this season 5 is a 7. It's good. Even
It's-
Caden, if Caden's given it a 7,
it's between a 7
that's
and an 8.
that's a yikes.
Yeah, I really did not like that.
Especially
1A
since the
versus
seasons have just
1B.
been getting like better and better.
Right.
Really. Like,
My expectations are getting higher.
yeah. And I think they will.
I can't blame Bones for that. Though.
I hope they'll. Well, I fucking can if they butcher the adaptation. They butcher the way the story's told.
They haven't. It's just a bad arc.
What are you talking about?
1A versus 1B.
Ew! I thought you were talking about the placement of the arcs.
No, I don't care.
No, Class 1A versus Class 1B was fine. It was.
No, it was a bad arc.
Well, actually, if you're gonna, yeah, don't blame Bones. Blame Horikoshi for writing that.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying. It's not
You
Bones'
don't-
fault.
Yeah, you don't blame Bones.
His fucking fault, dude. Fucking random Japanese guy.
It's not a bad arc. You wrote a bad arc.
You wrote a bad arc.
You wrote a bad arc, PT.
My Hero Academia.
It's a hero.
If I had to give it a score, I would
Yeah.
say 8.75 out of 10.
I'm sorry, you lose me once you get to the decimal.
8.75 out of 10.
I can't. Like what?
Julius, it's an 8.5 out of 710. There's nothing to question about it.
Okay. Yeah, I'd give it an 8 so far. 'cause
I think it's overall it's not quite a 9.
I think the characters are what.
but it's
carry
enough. Yeah.
This through this whole thing, because the story is like relatively just fine.
Yeah.
But the characters are and their progression and development. Are
This is
really,
a character. It's a society show.
Yeah, it is. And with season 6, I'm hoping that my rating is going to be raised, or at least with the end of season 5. Actually, if they really pull off this last arc in season 5, I can see some changes.
Yes. Good show though.
Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it, though.
Yep. I will stop watching in the middle of season 5. Now then, on to what we all came here for.
Oh shit. Caden's been waiting to bust.
Well, which one are we doing first, K or F?
Sir, we're not done with my hero.
Fuck.
The openings and endings!
Oh!
Yeah, it's time for that discourse. Alright, let's whip them out. Whip them out, boys!
Alright, so we have made
A ranking.
for our best
We haven't done
openings
this
and
since,
endings.
like, JoJo.
Can we do endings first, actually?
Yeah, sure.
I want to do endings first. So
Build
starting
it
from
up.
the bottom.
Now we're here.
Now we're here. What is your... So there's 9 openings and 9 endings thus far. So, starting from number 9. What is your last place?
My last place is the newest ending, Uso Janai. I thought
Really?
this was, like...
Oh, you're giving commentary about each.
I thought this was gonna be an interesting ending, like from the beginning, like, you know, I know Hawk's backstory, it's very sad, and there's a nice little piano going on in the background. Then you get this fucking knockoff Radwimps guy coming in. All these
He
weird,
literally
like,
is Radwimps.
all these weird, like, key changes in the middle of the song, like, it's just,
It's very strange.
I don't know. And the visuals are just, they're fine.
Yeah.
There's some good cuts in there, but
My last place is opening 5. Which one is that even?
ending 5, you mean?
Ending 5.
I don't remember. Should've put the names, fucking.
My mistake.
'Cause I know them by name. Ending 5 is the beach one, Long Hope Philia.
Yeah. It's slow. Pretty slow. Yeah.
All of these endings are pretty slow to be fair,
Yeah. I think I agree with
at
that.
least in terms of visuals.
Um,
Number 8, I have Kokai no Uta, the Airy ending.
what?
I just don't vibe with it. I don't like the song.
You know.
I don't like. I mean, the visuals are fine. I don't really like the filter that they have put on all of it though. That's kind of weird.
My number 8 is opening 7, which is the one where they're all sad.
Ending 7, shout baby.
Ending 7. I keep on saying opening. Yeah.
That's wait. That's your number 8.
Yeah.
Okay, that's my number 7.
Oh.
I see. Like, this is the point where I start to really like these endings because like this one's just nice. I really like the song, and there's a shit ton of Easter eggs and like
Yeah.
backgrounds for characters that I love. So that's a great.
I thought that
ending.
part was good, but
And we're only on number 7, so I love these. Endings.
my number 7 is the newest one. The
Yeah,
newest
Uso
ending.
Janai.
9. Yeah. All right. Number 6.
6. What do you have for 6?
I had the first opening.
I have the second ending, Little Glee Monster.
Yeah.
I like that one. I mean, again, I really like all these endings going forward. It's a good song. I like that the women get an ending.
Number 1 and
It's
number
nice.
2 kind of go hand in hand for me,
Yeah,
which is why
you put it at right above it.
number 5 is ending 2.
Yeah,
Huh.
fun times. Yeah.
What's your number 5?
It's a nice nostalgic.
Yeah.
Number 5 is Update.
What? This fucker has sang that shit every single time we
Hey,
watched
wait,
it.
wait, wait. I
And now
will
he's
say,
putting it at number 5.
I will say that the song is like the most easy to sing along to, and it's so catchy. And I really like the part at the beginning with all the storyboards and shit. I love this ending. This isn't to say that I don't love this ending, but
Yes,
like, it's just a number 5. Yeah, it's really good.
Alright, number 4 for me is 6, the Airy ending.
Yeah, that climbed up for you. I remember originally you were like, this is not it. Chief.
Yeah, I think it's good. It's like there's some weird key changes in that one too, but I think.
And it's to the beat of Silhouette.
Yeah. I always sing Silhouette when I'm listening to that.
Number 4, I have
No.
Date Atashi.
No.
It's good. It's just a fantasy AU though. Like, it doesn't have a lot of impact on me. The song is decent. I don't really like how high Lisa's voice is in this one.
Yeah, it's like
I think
just a little bit too high for her.
I think the best part is A, when Bakugo's getting railed, and B,
Yes.
the cut at the end with Midoriya when he's using
the Book of 1A, dude.
One for All as a sword.
It's the
no!
book of 1A.
So, the confusing thing about this ending is that it starts out as like a play, like curtains open, and then the book, at the end, like, it's a book closing. It's like, I'm so confused.
It's the Book of 1A.
So it's like a book about the play, or?
I guess.
I don't know, whatever.
Number 3 for me is ending 8, the Peggy's ending.
Same.
Yep,
That one's
that's
just...
good.
The song's a banger, right? But the thing about that ending is, I'm just looking at their fits the whole time. And I'm looking at like all the shit that they're doing. It's a great slice of life ending. I love that. They have the
fits.
the fits that they're wearing.
Oh, that's
All their
right.
casual
Yeah.
fits. Like I love it. I love them all hanging out.
Bakugo buys alcohol.
Yeah, I love the party at the end. It's great. I like the little
Yeah.
the little part where they take the bag of All Might chips out and behind it's the Endeavor
That's
bag.
sad. I
That
always
is
get sad when I see that.
He's fucking overshadowed, but he'll come into his own.
All right, opening, or I'm sorry,
Ending.
number 2 is ending 4. Update.
Okay, that's you
Like,
love that one.
But I don't love it, but I think it's good.
Number 2, I have the beach one.
Go fuck yourself.
Rewatching that one, I really like the
It's
song,
bad.
but I also it has a lot of impact for in terms of a longtime series watcher for like how Deku has grown. And I really like the part where he's like running in slow motion, but when All Might shows up, he starts running way fucking faster. I don't know. I love it.
I just realized what your number 1 is. All right,
Yes, sir.
my number 1 is the Lisa ending.
Of course.
It's a banger. It's such a fucking banger. I'm
It's
sorry. But Update climbed. Update was actually
Yeah, I
kinda
know.
pushing it, but no.
It did.
The Lisa ending's a banger. That's all I have to say.
My
about
number
it.
1. Say they Pokemon.
Why?
Okay, I'm just gonna say it. I'll admit it. I'm biased. This ending is just so
It's
nostalgic.
nostalgia, yeah.
It's so nostalgic for me, and I mean I just love the song. I kind of like how it's just Deku running the entire time with little like disruptions where like he'll fall to the ground but then get back up. He'll wipe a tear from his. I don't know. That's just such a nostalgic ending. For
It always
I
reminds me
can't.
of that one part.
It's definitely a first ending.
What was it? I don't know. There's some opening from another show,
It's an opening.
and they're just running.
There's running.
All right, so openings.
Opening!
Everyone knows.
There's about to be some fucking discourse.
Yes, there is.
Oh my
Everyone
God.
knows what the last place one is. It's merry-go-round. It's fucking terrible.
This is where the true violence begins.
There will be bloodshed. From what you know about my list, there will be bloodshed.
Blood on the mic.
Blood on the mic. Muffled sounds for the rest of the podcast. Jesus, we're over 2 hours.
Oh my god.
Hayden,
do you not enjoy recording this?
No. That was a lie.
He admits it.
That was a joke. That was a meme.
No, most jokes are. Most jokes are just truth shouted in irony.
So the worst opening is merry-go-rounds.
We're getting to 3 hours.
Everyone inherently knows this. No.
Yes, we
No,
are.
we're not.
What else do we have to do?
Okay. Merry-go-round is bad.
Yeah, I mean, the song is just—it's not it. The lyrics are nonsensical. Like, obviously, all of the lyrics for anime openings are nonsensical, but this one, it's like he's saying it in English, so I have to deal with the bullshit because I know what
Right.
he's saying. But also, I mean, the visuals are just fine. Like the climax is like the song drops such a big climax, but then it's just like he uses Black Whip and they're all like
Yeah.
stepping through the sky.
Yeah.
That's the end.
You
You know what shot I'm fucking tired of them using in openings is the one where All Might's back is to the fucking camera. It's glowing. I'm tired of that. They use that in this one.
They
too.
do.
It's so annoying.
They do. So number 8 is Sorani Otaiba.
8 is
I think it's like-
Polaris.
That's understandable.
It's very generic.
Polaris?
It's like decent.
It has a banger guitar riff,
Yeah.
but that's all it really
That's
has
true.
going for
Like
it.
that one part at the beginning.
Yeah.
Every time the guitar riff would end, you're like, alright, this is where
Yeah, every
this is where
time
the song gets bad.
Every time the guitar riff ended, I was like, okay, so the song's bad now? Which is why...
Wait. I just want to say one thing about Polaris.
Okay.
I don't like how everyone's just like flying at that one part.
That's the Code Geass moment!
Yeah,
It's
and
literally the Code
I
Geass
think they
moment.
just didn't want to animate the dimensionality of the ground.
Yeah.
So they're just like, let's put them in the fucking sky, and
That
I
makes
just hate that. So
Yeah.
it's
Which
low,
is why-
low tier.
Opening 7 is Polaris for me.
Okay. 7. There you go.
What?
What?
Opening 7 is yours number 7?
Oh no.
Okay, I was about to say, Jesus.
7. I'll bug to the head.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
no,
It's self-explanatory.
that's 6 is at number 7.
Your mom.
Okay, what's your number 7?
Number 7, and there's peace sign. Look, okay, I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm going to be completely honest. When I sat down and watch through all these openings. I tried so hard. I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to get hyped to this opening. I'm gonna try to like really get into this opening. And at first, I was kind of feeling it. You know, the guitar riff, the title, and they start stretching, and it's fucking terrible, and I hate my life, and it's so fucking slow.
For those who can't see, I am hunched over in defeat.
I will say I like it more than either of the ones that I have said though, because some of the visuals are good, and there are some spots in the song that I like.
Peace Sign remains one of the few openings that I've ever added to my playlist without having watched the anime.
And that is completely valid, kid.
And it is based.
But yeah, I just fucking hate that they stretch for like 50 seconds before we actually get into the fucking opening. So that's, and I can like, it's good character acting animation and everything, but like I don't feel like I'm watching a fucking opening anymore. I just feel like I'm watching a goddamn motherfucking.
So it's the stretching for you.
Yeah, it's the stretching.
Or is it the song?
The song is also not that good. There's
The
some
song
good
is a
parts of
banger. The song is
but
a banger.
I also don't like the part where All Might's jump through the city and we're looking at everybody. And it turns out we're under Midoriya's ass the entire time.
So actually, I noticed something recently.
Yeah.
Well, I'll get to it when we cover that one.
Yeah. Okay.
So coming at number 6 for me is no. 6, yeah, number 6.
Yeah.
Is opening 1.
Same.
The Day.
Yeah, that really fell for me. It was a banger at first, but like when I really look at that opening, it's like it's not a lot.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of good visuals, but like the song is just.
It's very detailed, but not a lot's going on in it.
The song's worn down on me. I like the bit at the beginning where it's like
Yeah.
they're showing all the heroes.
I like that part a lot, but the part where it's like Bakugo and Deku and they keep on switching places, it's like
I like
what
the
is
part
this?
where he punches into All Might hands, which is cool.
I must have missed that. I took mine off for that same reason. Number 5 is opening 4, Odd Future.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Look.
Oh my fucking
look.
god. Explain yourself! This
My
is not editing.
My openings have switched so far around. Odd Future used to be my second favorite, and it was very nearly behind Peace Sign. But my openings have just switched around
So I think
all over
it's
the
about
place.
the song for you though, right? So like you just don't like the song as much as you used to. Because you always say it's more about the song.
I was never a massive fan of the visuals in Odd Future. I like.
Well,
I like.
hot take.
You always say when when it hits Dreaming, that's when it starts. That's when the song gets hype. For me, it's the shot of All Might going insane.
No, so
It's
it's the last 10 seconds.
Yeah, that's the climax for me. Before that, it's all the visuals or whatever for me, and I think the song it's decent. But yeah, that's me.
Number 5, I have Sora Ni. It's a
There will be bloodshed, but
it's
not
a
on your
good
part.
opening. There's a lot of dramatic
No,
things going on here.
No.
There's some good, really solid cuts in there, and there's like whatchamacallit. And the song's just pretty good.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it
The
is.
song is terrible. The song is bad.
Well, you're simply not based, kid.
All right. Coming at number 3, we have
Oh, you're at number 3.
yeah.
I was at number 5, so I'll just say my number 4.
what the hell?
4 is Make My Story. Good.
My story is based.
Fun. It definitely climbed up because the song and some of the visuals were also pretty cool. I don't like that one goofy part though, where Never's looking over, and Todoroki's like, "It's goofy."
Oh, I'm sorry. I made a mistake. My number 5 was opening 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I was looking at my ending.
Okay, well, I said my number 4, now so you can say yours.
My number 4 is Make My Story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, good opening. It's
Yeah.
solid.
I used to Make My Story used to be like my second favorite, and then it kind
Wow.
of fluctuated, but it's always been the top half for me.
Wow.
Yeah. Number 3. No. Yeah, number 3.
What's yours?
Mine is number 1.
Number 3 is number 1 for me too.
What?
When I actually sat down and watched it, I was like, okay.
It's good.
This is hype.
It's like actually
It's-
good.
Okay, so there's a running theme here with Caden. There's a bit in this opening
No,
where they're
no, it's
stretching.
not.
I didn't know Caden was such a fucking big fan of
So-
stretching.
Number 1, actually, I found something very interesting.
Yeah, what'd you find?
In Peace Sign, there's that shot of All Might where he's doing this little pose as he's flying through the city.
Yeah.
Midoriya.
Oh, I didn't even catch that.
Midoriya does the exact
Wow.
same pose in this version.
All right, that makes that opening.
And I
even,
think it's All Might looking at him doing
that
it.
makes that opening even more bass.
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
And I was like,
And the song's
wait,
just
I've seen that.
the song's just banging.
It's the exact same angle. It's the same camera
That's
movement.
true. The song is banging.
The song is a banger.
despite the fact that it starts out slow and there's a lot of like talking and shit, it's like, I think the song and the visuals do a really good job at building up to the climax, which is all the Class 1A people like fucking fighting, and it's a really good cut. That's a great opening though.
It is.
It really climbed. Really
I know.
Climbed. Number 2.
You go ahead and say your number 2.
Mine is Star Maker.
Banger.
Ton of them.
Yeah.
This opening, I just love how different it is for My Hero. It's such a colorful opening. The song's obviously a banger. The cut where they're making the candy apples is amazing too, but it's blocked by that big fucking eyesore in the middle
I
of the
never realized
screen.
that they were making a candy apple until I was like about to be done with it.
And there's dimming on it also, so that's crazy.
Yeah.
But I will say though, this opening, like its visual style, other than that one cut, is actually like kind of fucking ugly. Like I'm not gonna lie. I think the song and that little cut, like, just like the colors and everything, just like the contrast looks very
off. It looks like JoJo art style or something.
I don't like it.
So I'm gonna be.
But this literally just the song and some of those few parts and its uniqueness or literally puts it.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I have a tie for number 1.
Oh, of course.
I cannot, for the love of God. No, you don't understand how many times I've listened to Peace Sign, Peace Sign, and Star Maker, and I have tried so hard to decide.
I simply cannot imagine believing Peace Sign is anywhere near number 1. It's just like a complete like disconnect. Like, am I missing something? Is there something? There's like a chip missing.
Isn't that the popular opinion too? That Peace Sign is the best one?
It's like up there. Yeah, a lot of people like. Is there like something like a component missing in my brain that like? There's just a chip that's not there, like a piece of my brain that's missing that I lost someday.
Yeah, your peace sign is gone.
My peace sign is gone.
Your peace sign is not there.
Oh my god.
And your number 1 is Odd Future.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay. I will say I will not make excuses for this opening's flaws. For example, the song is not very well matched up with the visuals. If you notice, like the sync is very off. Sometimes we'll be like directly on beat. Sometimes we're not for some reason. And some people complain about the juxtaposition of and like the structure of where they placed each visuals. They're like, they should have added the part where Ida's like running, Bakugo's doing the explosion, Kirishima's doing like that little action scene at the end. But honestly, I thought it is sort of a clusterfuck of an opening in terms of visuals, but all the visuals in it I fucking love. Like fucking everybody fucking jumping into the sky above the forest, all fucking Deku's going to fight Muscular and the fucking All For One versus All Might, and then at the end whenever Deku's like standing up in front of All Might and they're doing the like fucking. Also, you got that nice cut of the villains and Toga's like fucking swinging her thing around. She throws it at the camera, and then I mean at the end of the day.
At the end of the day,
my love for this opening stems heavily from nostalgia, kind of like Heroes, because watching this with this arc with this opening was just like such a high point in the series where I was like it got me hyped for every single fucking episode, and the content was amazing. That's why Odd Future's my number 1, and I'm hoping it will be surpassed by next season's opening. Hopefully,
yeah.
I'm hoping they give a banger opening for the war arc. They better.
Yeah.
They better fucking deliver. They better not give us another merry-go-round.
I think the
Watch the second verse of merry-go-round.
I think the biggest surprise for me was the fact that you put number 1 at your 3. Number 1 is your number 3.
Number 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, it's just really solid.
You used to say it was just like a generic opening, but
it's not.
The song is a banger.
I really like it.
It's very. I
don't know
chill.
why.
It's chill, but it's also not.
I don't know what was wrong with me. I got enlightened to number 1. I'm hoping someday I can become enlightened to Peace Sign.
I'm hoping one day I can decide between Peace Sign and Star Maker. Like I've probably racked up hours of listening time.
Hopefully season 6 will come out with an opening that'll just split the difference and be like, yeah, I'm the best. Yeah, that'd be best.
Just climbs to the top.
Just climbs to the. Oh god.
So now
we can move
F4K.
on. We're done with My Hero, just like we're done with Kara no Kyokai.
Not ending.
This movie's fucking weird. It's called Kara no Kyokai, Future Gospel. And
Have we covered 7? We covered 7 in the
covered 7 in
the last episode.
Yeah. Future Gospel. Now, I've been waiting for this series to rise above the 6, and
So have I.
it has failed to do so. But that's not to say, I think this is one of the stronger ones. It's a stronger 6, if you will, a high 6. In that there's some good shit in here. Like the Bomberman versus Shiki shit is cool. That's it.
Really?
That's really it.
I see. I thought you would like the fact that this is like actually definitely lighter. There have been like no light moments in the
Yeah,
series.
that's true. Like, you have a whole wholesome lunch with Mikia and this girl who can see the future. Who gives a fuck about that? It goes on for 40 fucking minutes.
Okay.
It's true.
Yeah, I don't. I used to say that this was like a 9. It's definitely closer to an 8.
Yeah.
By that, it's an 8. I liked it.
Yeah.
I think it's good.
The whole, like, last third is so fucking weird.
It's weird.
Though. Like, Bomberman joins the family after getting fucked by
Bomberman
Shiki.
joins the
Joins
Kara
the
family.
Kara family, similar to the other franchise we're covering. And Mikia's daughter, Mikia and Shiki's daughter is like with him all the time. And Mikia's daughter wants to fuck him because he's just that fuckable that all the girls he meets want to fuck him. His sister wants to fuck him. His daughter wants to fuck him.
But Julius pointed out that Mikia has a fucking harem.
He does!
Dude, that's the common denominator with Fate main characters.
They have the harems.
The main protagonist always has a harem.
That's because Nasu's portraying himself, or he's like preparing people. This is how
I think Nasu in real life has an unlimited, just a fountain of
unlimited
women.
women works.
Unlimited
basically.
women works, essentially.
Yeah, but that's just so weird.
I liked it.
And it's like, how are you not gonna expand on that? It's like, you ever see the fucking meme where it's the fucking Sigma male, and it's like, comes in and fucking says that Shiki's a gang boss now, and that Miki's daughter wants to fuck her, fucking refuses to elaborate, leaves. That's literally what this fucking movie is. They're just like, what's going on? What's going on?
Good movie. Good series. Good movie.
They didn't explain shit.
Sometimes it's a good series. Sometimes it was not. Movie 6.
Sometimes there were good. Sometimes there were good moments in the movie. Sometimes there were not. A lot of times there were not. But the Kara no Kyokai franchise
is over.
It's a series of films that was released, is what I'll say.
Yeah.
They were released and distributed.
Yeah. Never forget that this is part of the Fate universe.
That's what kind of fucking pisses me off, is that Nasu's like is not willing to tie this shit together. Like, why not?
One day it will. I'm so confident one day there's going to be a crossover.
The third impact will happen at the exact same time.
Yeah, a crossover that's not Carnival Phantasm.
Yeah.
That's not real.
Yeah, so we finished Kara. We finished we finished our. It took us fucking forever, but we finally finished.
Remember when we were recording our fucking commentaries?
Yeah, that
on that, and then we gave up after the second one because it just was way too much work.
It was. Yeah. So we watched 3 Fast movies, kind of like last time. We watched Fate of the Furious, Hobbs and Shaw, and F9.
F9. We went to go and see it.
So Fate of the Furious, yeah, Drive.
Drive-in.
I just want to say Drive-in. So Fate of the Furious, I kind of had low expectations for.
Yeah.
First movie without, well, not the first one, but like, first movie without Paul Walker and the family. The crew has been, like, fucking neutered. So the people that actually kind of carry this movie are Hobbs and Shaw. Like,
I mean, yeah.
Literally just carry this. Like, actually, the best scene in the movie is that the prison riot that they engage in. Like, literally the best scene in the movie. But it's still pretty good though. Some of the there's the fucking insane scene where they're using. They're using the fucking whatever gadget, and they're making cars like fall out of a parking lot. It looks like the cars are happening themselves.
That's commonly referred to as the zombie car.
They're fucking killing themselves. It's like that scene was just crazy. And then Vin Diesel shows up in like a slasher mask, and it's like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, there's a lot of weird shit going on in this.
Yeah, we get introduced to Charlize Theron, like the first arc villain.
One thing I'm not a big fan of is I don't like how these movies start now. Specifically, Fate and F9.
I kind of like the little...
Because Fate, it's just like a random side mission.
Yeah.
And then he goes rogue.
Yeah.
And then F9, which we'll get to, but F9's literally...
Yeah.
We're going to wherever this place is.
I kind of like that when they were a little more tied in, like with, like when Dom and Brian are racing to his child's birth. Yeah. But there's some great moments in here. Fucking Roman is apparently goated on the sticks for some reason.
Yeah, he hops off the fucking snowmobile and just pops 3 guys.
3 guys. It's crazy.
And then he does an F9, but with a fucking AK.
Oh my
There's, like,
god! Yeah, we gotta talk
20
about that.
people. Oh my god.
And the best part, the other best part is obviously the scene with Shaw, where he's got the fucking the baby and the
See,
the
I don't know
the
why,
bulletproof car seat.
but I always remember. Well, it's not even bulletproof.
That was a note.
But I always remember it as being bulletproof. He's blocking bullets with the baby.
Yeah.
That would have been cool.
Maybe that's how they framed it in the trailer.
Yeah,
Because they like to lie in the trailer.
that's true. They do.
They like lying.
Yeah.
I
And
give it a
then-
solid 7 though. It's like a good entry of the series. I definitely exceeded my expectations.
Yeah. Then
I love
Hobbs
the
and
scene
Shaw.
at the beginning whenever
Oh.
The Rock is the soccer coach.
I don't.
And he's like, all these moms want to fuck me.
All these moms want to fuck me. I was in the Olympics.
Is there a fucking fate?
Nope.
Wow.
There was not a fucking fate. There was
Wow.
there was not a fucking F9 either.
Watered down.
However, there were some fucks in Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, it was.
Hobbs
and Shaw was fun. Good time.
Yeah, I don't have anything to say
I
about
loved
that.
it. I love the fucking climax. It's just this is the peak of insanity for Fast and Furious. You have like literal mutant like people. You got fucking suit enhanced humans. You got fucking
Think of this as
Hobbs and Shaw. Hobbs falling from a fucking skyscraper.
Julius, think of
onto
this one
people.
as like the Fast and Furious OVA.
Yeah,
Like a
it is
My
the
Hero
OVA.
movie. It's not really canon,
Yeah.
except for it is because the F9 post-credit scene. But
Oh yeah, that's true.
apparently
Ryan Reynolds is in this movie.
Ryan Reynolds and
Kevin
Kevin Hart.
Hart.
When did they just randomly show? And
We
it's like,
fucking
what?
freaked out when they showed up.
Yeah. Kevin Hart just turns around a fucking airplane. It's like, who are you?
Yeah, they do say fuck in this movie. They're like, no fucking
No
way.
fucking way.
Solid fuck.
And there was another fuck too, I think.
Was there?
I thought.
I don't remember.
Who knows?
Yeah,
And then F9.
fun movie though. I'd give it a 6.
I gave it a 7.
Yeah, it's fun.
F9.
F9. The
Surpass
Mm.
expectations. You have to put your controller down for
I'm
this
gonna
one.
go.
F9. Surpass expectations.
Excuse me.
Yes.
F9. The Fast Saga.
That's actually not even the name.
The Fast Saga.
It's legitimately just F9.
the Fast Saga.
Okay. It surpassed expectations. It gave a lot of backstory.
It's top tier Fast, honestly.
It somehow managed to make the John Cena story make sense, which I am still amazed at.
A little bit.
I think it,
Yeah.
for the most part, it did.
Slightly, yeah.
John Cena
Great.
was. I don't really care about his character though.
Great moments in here. I mean, it's just always a pleasure to see the family again.
As per Fast, bad villain, but it's not about the villain.
Yeah, and it's kind of like 2 villains.
Yeah.
There's 3 villains actually. It's Charlize Theron, and she just shows up at the end really.
She dies.
No, remember she was behind a computer screen.
Oh,
that's
that's
right.
right. God,
She's coming back, baby!
that sucks.
For Fast X Furious, which is canon going to be. the
That's
title.
what it's gonna be. Fast
It's
X or
confirmed.
Fast X Furious or something.
It's confirmed. That's going to be the title. And then yeah, you obviously get, and then you get the fucking rich asshole who I almost forgot about. But yeah, you really get into the backstory of like the Toretto family, which was honestly pretty good. That you could have really butchered that, but I think they did a good job with that. They have like, I want to say the very first dream sequence in a Fast movie,
Yeah.
and it's good,
And it's actually like good.
like an emotional. I'm like, what the fuck?
They brought the best character back. Han.
On his back.
Well, actually,
Can we say bullshit reason? Like, okay,
See,
I buy this story.
hearing Han say "Mr. Nobody" just made me cringe internally. Like those two things should
I
not overlap.
buy the story. Also, there's a great video of Mr. Nobody at the beginning where it's like his base is getting fucked. He's like, Mayday, Mayday! And it's like
Yes,
glitching
we
out.
need the found footage video of
We do.
Kurt Russell. I was
Kurt
about to say
Russell.
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart.
We need the found
Hey!
footage video of
Mayday!
Kurt Russell. His plane's fucking going down.
Yeah.
It's so. Is he alive? You don't know if he's alive
We
still.
don't know. Yeah, it's not confirmed, but he's probably alive. Come on.
It's Kurt Russell. What about Scott Eastwood?
Yeah. What about Little Nobody?
What about Little Nobody, as
that
dubbed
guy?
by?
What is the household name? So I mean, and there's obvious. So yeah, we're talking about Han. How they still never explained.
They don't explain.
No, so they act like they're gonna explain it. They're like, because Tyrese is like, okay, so how did you survive
Yeah.
a car fucking crash and explosion? I'm like, well, it was simple. And it just shows him, like, standing with Mr. Nobody in an alleyway, and it's like, you didn't show what happened. Like,
But the thing is, it's not like he had, like,
time.
he couldn't have. That's
He literally could not have, unless it was like a fucking double or something.
Did they get a body double
Yeah.
just to kill himself?
Maybe. Possibly.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Let's have that guy come back from the dead and fight Han. Dude. the
Han
guy
versus
from-
Han?
Yeah.
I need Han to say, what kind of imposter are you?
Dude, and he comes back, he's got like burns on his face, and it's like one of the dudes from the raid or something.
Oh,
and we have
shit.
to fight that guy. That'd be based.
It's the main character. They already used Joe
Holy
Taslim.
shit.
They already used
That
Joe
would
Taslim.
be fucking awesome. And then he'd be like, really, Mr. Nobody? You think all us fucking Asian people look the same?
Yeah.
I don't
there's
look
a-
anything like him.
There's a racist arc.
There's a racism arc.
But then,
Mr. Nobody's like, nah, come on.
here's what got me the most hype for maybe anything ever in Fast.
True.
In the post-credit scene, well, number one is Jason Statham being the shit out of some guy
that
in a
is
punching
so
bag.
hard.
That was so hype.
so raw.
He has the fucking Little Mac fit.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Do you want to know who I thought that was for a second? I
Who?
thought they were gonna do a funny. He looked super short in the scene. I thought it was gonna be Kevin Hart.
Dude, I would cry. I would actually cry.
But no, it's Jason Statham torturing someone by
Dude.
putting them in a fucking punching bag and beating the
For some
shit
reason,
out of them.
I thought it was gonna be Paul Walker.
Stop!
I thought
Every
it was.
time they reveal a character in this franchise, you're like, oh, that's Paul Walker, dude.
And dude, I'm waiting for the day that they cross the line.
Dude.
And they do like CGI.
I hope they wouldn't. They gave him a respectful ass send off.
They do a robot Paul Walker.
They do like a clone.
Yeah.
Cause like there's fucking like enhanced humans and shit in this universe. What's to stop them from making a Brian clone? He's like CGI. Come
So
on.
terrible. It's a suit of armor, but then there's a holographic head at the top. So he turns into fucking Iron Man. No!
Dom tries to punch him.
Dude, hold on. Who owns Transformers? Not Universal. I was gonna say
Paramount.
they could have like him as a robot, and the top exclusively his head is showing out of the suit of armor,
shit.
and he's one of the fucking motorcycle Transformers.
Oh,
where
shit.
It's just a person who transforms into
Oh
a
my
motorcycle.
God.
That'd be.
He's so base.
Oh.
If we're talking about, I'm trying to think of some other moments in this movie that.
Well, I mean, so just Han and Jason Statham.
Yeah.
And I think Han is gonna be in.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Hobbs and Shaw, or however the fuck.
Hobbs, Han, and Shaw.
Hobbs, Han, and Shaw. Oh my god, that'd be awesome. Cause they do dick size measuring like all the fucking time. So
Yeah.
it'd be nice to just have Han who's like, hey guys, I'm eating something.
Dude, hold on. What if they bring back Ryan Reynolds?
Oh shit, Hobbs, Han, Shaw, and whatever the fuck his name is.
They just call him Ryan.
That's the full title: Hobbs, Han, and Shaw, and whoever the fuck this guy is.
And whoever the fuck this guy is. They would totally do that.
Also, all the post-credit scenes in Hobbs and Shaw were so fucking useless.
I hate how the credits start.
Yeah, just like
They're
the
walking-
emotional payoff of The Rock and his family is just like, all right, the credits.
But the worst part is, they're just walking,
Yeah.
no music,
Yeah.
and then it just the words directed by whatever pops up. And it's like a stock whoosh sound effect.
While they're like quipping as they're walking.
I know, it's like, what is this?
Yeah. For some other moments, we went to space finally. I forgot about that. Oh yeah, we fought. And we see the Tokyo Drift crew. That was one of the moments that got me super excited. Was when they.
Why
all
are
of them
they
fucking came
working
back.
for JPL in Germany?
I don't know. It's
Like,
so random.
what?
I mean, I guess they have nothing else to do. They didn't really aspire to.
But I love the fact that Dom like keeps up with them.
Yeah, that's
He's
awesome.
like, I know a few guys in Germany.
Sean is just like a fucking mad car scientist now, and he's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna try this one out.
Bow Wow
Bow
has
Wow's
like
still there. He gets fucking roasted, and he does nothing else. It's sad.
he has like 3 lines or something.
I know. It's so sad. Your career is done.
It's done. The R.I.P.
I'm gonna have to
Smack that ass.
I'm gonna answer this.
Yeah, and with the clap at the same time. Yeah, solid movies. What else? What else is there?
Hold on, bro.
Jesus, look at your collection of water bottles over there. That's vile. Oh, I forgot to mention we're doing it live.
I mean, if you couldn't tell,
Yeah.
you couldn't tell. I have a collection. Anywho,
Anyway,
and of course you have the greatest moment in cinematic history. we're at the cookout. We're like, yeah, we're having a good time. We just pulled off a fucking crazy ass mission. Whatever. This is what we do as family. We're just having a cookout after fucking saving the world. And I just noticed there's this void because Mia's in this movie as well because it's a Toretto family affair.
Right.
So Mia's there too. And apparently Brian was watching the kids. And so when he's at the cookout, I'm like, or excuse me. So when they're at the cookout and he's not there, I'm like, okay, are they really just gonna pass over
Yeah.
this? And they sit down and have a prayer and notice the empty chair and they comment on it. And this guy pulls up.
At the very
At
end,
the
he pulls
very
up in
end.
his car. And
That was sweet.
It's so good.
That's sweet.
That was a very good
Me and
callback.
Caden were talking about how they should like keep getting closer to revealing him.
Yep.
Like, each time.
And in the next one, he steps out of his car, and it pans up, but right before it gets to his skin, it cuts away.
And then it's right before he gets to his eyes.
No, in the next one, it's exclusively his eyes, and they're like glowing white.
Holy shit. Now we know.
Because, you know, his eyes are, like,
They
Paul Walker's
are.
eyes were super bright
Powerful.
blue.
Yeah. Powerful.
Oh, no.
So yeah, F9's like an 8. Like it's a top tier.
It was
Fast
yeah, I
movie.
gave it an 8.
I really enjoyed it. I don't. People are
was good.
shitting on it, and I
don't
don't
know
really
why.
understand why. It's,
When it first came out, it had like a 48% or something on Rotten Tomatoes.
yeah, it has like a 5.5 on IMDb, which is bad.
That's
I
very
think
low.
people are getting more and more afraid to admit that they like this series, and I think that's kind of fun.
There's a very big divide, I can
Yeah.
tell, between people who are afraid to admit that they like it,
Yeah.
but other people who are just so fucking tired
Right.
of these movies coming. Because I was talking to my uncle, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go and see it, and he's like, these are the stupidest movies, like, ever.
So it's something you just have to accept. I mean, there's a big anti-fast culture. I think they're just anti-stupid, and I'm not anti-stupid. Stupid's fun. I like it.
Yeah,
Stupid is a good time.
true.
So, I mean, we've completed the Fast movies. I'm actually like extraordinarily glad that I watched this series.
Should we reveal what we're moving on to next?
Sure. So some big news.
Some big news for...
Actually, in the last month, did we cover this last time?
What do you mean some big news drop? Oh,
That
I
is
was
finally
talking about
happening.
movies.
Oh, okay. Well, then we'll get to that near the end because we like to drop our anime near the end anyways. So.
Yeah, we're watching Transformers next.
Yes.
And, like, we were trying to find another big franchise.
That's kind of like similar in vein.
And I couldn't put up with a lot of it,
Yeah.
but Transformers is like the next close. It's the
It
closest
really is,
thing.
and I have not seen The Last Night, so
It
I'll
works.
get to
It
watch
works
that.
perfectly,
Yeah,
yeah.
it works. So I'm hyped.
I haven't seen any of them in a long time.
Yeah, me either. I'm hyped to watch them now because
Yeah.
they're good times.
Well, have you seen Bumblebee either?
I've not. John Cena saluting.
Oh no. We're gonna have to. We're not watching Bumblebee last. I'll tell you that much.
Okay, where is it like chronologically?
The first.
Oh, okay.
It takes place in the 90s, I believe.
I don't want to watch it first.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
want to watch Michael
we're not.
Bay fucking Transformers.
We can watch it.
after.
I'd say we can watch it between Shia LaBeouf and Mark Wahlberg.
Okay, that works. That
yeah.
works.
Okay.
We've talked about the Transformers movies on this podcast before too, so it, you know.
Yeah. My favorite part
There's
is
precedent.
I'm not gonna reveal too much. But my favorite part of the last night is the reveal that Bumblebee fought in World War II.
Yes, and all I saw was the fucking Nazi flags in the trailer. I was like, Michael.
And I love the
What are
part.
you about to
there's
do?
this part. There's this
Apparently,
part-
Stanley Tucci plays two characters.
Yeah, he plays Merlin.
Okay.
There's this part where Bumblebee is disguised as a Nazi car, and he gets out of his he gets out of his thing, and it looks the exact same as Bumblebee in the original few movies.
Yeah.
But he has like Nazi flags, like swastikas painted on him, and he's completely gray.
If only he could have
So
if only he
good.
could have used the radio back then. He should have played like some fucking Nazi propaganda movie.
yep.
Should have played some Attack
Oh,
on Titan
also
openings.
he was a Volkswagen. No, I think he was like a Jeep or something.
Yeah, of course. Fucking Germans.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I love Germans.
Jeep is from America.
I was just commenting on the Nazis. I was not commenting on the Jews.
Yeah. However, Volkswagen was kind of started by Hitler.
Yeah, boycott Volkswagen.
Boycott Volkswagen. They also revealed that they used slave labor
Yeah,
during World War II.
yeah.
Yeah. What are we talking about right now? What does that mean?
I'm gonna be quick with this one.
Okay.
Watched a little film. A long-awaited sequel known as Space Jam: A New Legacy. Look, all you need to know about this movie is Rick and Morty are in it, and Big Chungus is in it. That's
literally
that's
it.
all you need
That's
to know.
all you need to know.
No, actually, no. There's a scene that fucking made me crack up when I first started watching it, and it centers around LeBron James and his son. And LeBron James he's like Endeavor to his son. Like he's like, you got to become a fucking basketball player. You got to play. But his son's like, no, Dad, I want to make video games.
So you're telling me that LeBron James beats his son?
No, he mentally stunts him.
Oh no!
I'm just kidding, but the son, like, he's like, nah, Dad, I want to make video games and stuff, and the dad's like, nah, bro, you gotta get your ass on the court. But at the very first scene, before LeBron is even, like, first shown as an adult, you have the kid and his brother playing on the court.
Oh.
And, like, he misses a shot.
And LeBron comes out and beats him.
No, but, like, it's, all you hear, it cuts to the son's face, and all you hear is LeBron going, like, what was that? And you pan, and he's like standing there menacingly behind him. And it just cracked me the fuck up. But I mean, otherwise, it's a 6. Like, it's a fun movie. Like,
Yeah.
I enjoyed watching it. Like, it was a good time. Don Cheadle is the villain, so that's points.
I don't plan on watching that movie.
We're going to watch it, so don't worry. But yeah, fun times. Another thing I wanted to say was,
You're really trying to push this runtime.
yeah, I am. Oh, we're so close.
We're not gonna make it.
We're so close.
We're not gonna make it.
So, the Mob Psycho 100 Clue. They've decided to do a funny.
And make another season of a bad show.
Get into something, because I don't like So, they're doing the funny where... So they started doing this thing where they posted a screenshot of Reagan with one finger up.
I saw that.
And then they did a character with 2 fingers up. And they just keep finding bullshit ways. Now they've worked their way to 2 screenshots where it's like someone's holding up both hands and it's 10. And then there's like someone below them that's like holding up a 3 or something.
Oh.
And
You think they're revealing a date or something?
No, because they've been counting up. They've been like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So people are thinking that they're going to go all the way to fucking 100. 1 post a day, all the way to 100. And like, listen.
You think when they hit 100, they will release Mob Psycho Season 3?
That would be the greatest fucking... One thing I was thinking is like, what if they like one day started like dropping new screenshots?
Do they do it every day? Once a day?
Once a day.
What are they on now?
They're on like 14 or 15.
Oh.
So it's gonna be like October by the time we can
Yeah.
get this shit. But, Bones, I need you to listen very carefully. If you announce anything other than Season 3, just know. That's all I'll say, just know. Just know.
It's gonna be a movie.
I'll take that too. Or if it's Season 3 or a movie.
Do you think there
that
is...
covers the manga?
Do you think there is enough manga to make a full season?
Possibly. It could be a shorter season.
The seasons are already short.
I'm not saying it could be shorter.
Oh.
Like,
Interesting.
like an 8 episode type beat, or like a fucking 10.
I'd rather have a movie.
episode. Yeah, but like, there's like several arcs is the thing, and it's like, unless we do a Heaven's Feel type beat, and like each arc gets its own movie.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
But Heaven's Feel was predetermined for a
Yeah.
long time.
Yeah, so that's that. I'm depressed currently because I'm waiting, but there is something. There is a light at the end of the tunnel in terms of the anime news, because since last episode was recorded, we learned the great.
Don't say the great. Don't act like you like it.
I fucking hate you. I praised Evangelion on the pod, dude.
And yet you gave it an 8.
Just because I don't like Fate doesn't mean I don't like everything you watch.
Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0 will be headed to Amazon Prime Video in over 140 countries, including
Subbed.
Japan and America, dubbed and subbed in their respective
Oh,
languages.
so they are dropping it a new thing.
Yeah, they confirmed
Okay,
that.
okay.
Yeah.
That would have been hilarious.
On August 13th. But so they actually they said when they first said that they were dropping it, they said it wasn't coming to Japan. So they said Japan itself wasn't getting it. But then they revealed the other
But
day.
then there were riots.
Yeah, the theatrical run in Japan just ended this past week. And the day that it ended, they posted on Twitter and Instagram, and they were like, yeah, this is coming to Japan too, by the way.
Oh, that's good.
So, if you have
Dude.
Amazon Prime, August 13th. For us, it's probably going to be like August 15th.
Since like episode fucking like 6, like we've been waiting. Like this is the longest. I think this is the longest arc that we've had on the podcast.
Yeah.
Like, because it's like we don't cover Evangelion every episode, right? But usually we find a way to talk about it.
Yeah, right.
And or the fact
Caden's
that it's
Evangelion
just
corner.
overarching, like
Right.
it's coming out.
You know.
You know.
That's
It's
been the ultimate.
it's
Stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned. The day of reckoning.
It is
will
insane
come.
to me. I was talking to my friend a couple nights ago. It's ridiculous to me that it's been over a year and a half since I've seen Evangelion.
Yeah, it's been a long ass time.
Every once in a while, like about a month ago, I watched like a handful of random episodes.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, this looks interesting. But now with the movie coming out, I'm rewatching everything.
Yeah.
You're rewatching at least the show.
I might watch the rebuilds.
Yeah.
Possibly.
And my rewatch starts tonight, most likely.
Oh shit.
I gotta, yeah.
Yeah, I'll be a little later on the count, but
Oh, well, understandable.
I'm always late. So.
Yeah. But I'm hyped.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
very hyped.
fucking hyped too, but apparently I'm not.
No, you're not. That's incorrect.
I hate Evangelion with a burning passion.
Yeah, you do.
But like I legitimately do not know what to expect from this movie though. It's
There's
the
been so
longest
much different
fucking
shit.
anime movie of all time.
No, it's not.
What's the longest one?
It's the 4th longest anime movie.
Oh, what's ahead of it? It's 230 or 240, whatever.
Grave of the Fireflies is like 3rd or something.
I don't think so.
I thought, maybe not. But there are a few, but no one's heard of them.
but like
It's definitely the most popular.
yeah. What's in this movie though that it has a 2-hour and like how much happens in this?
They're arcs, dude. They're straight
There's
arcs.
there's arcs.
Little do we know, there's a manga in serialization.
Yeah, manga looks dope.
It does actually.
The art is really good.
Yeah. So we will be
that's
covering
coming.
that.
That's coming.
The next episode will be
The
the
Evangelion
very long-awaited
rewatch.
Return to Evangelion.
The end of the Misfortune podcast.
Re-
Actually, this time, no, we're not kidding.
Yeah.
We're not kidding this time.
God, we need to call missed opportunity to call it Return of Evangelion
Oh shit.
instead of
Dude,
Rebuild.
Listen. Honestly, if there was a time to end the podcast, this would be it. This is like a major arc. It's coming to a close.
Who knows? You'll have to see for our. God, that'll be our September episode.
That
That's
will.
ridiculous.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You'll have to see for our October. Fuck. Let's see for our October episode if we make a comeback. If we ever come back. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because this is our August.
This is our August episode. But on that note.
I already know. By the way, I already know what my next show is gonna be. So
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Kaden doesn't like it for some reason.
No, I don't. Well,
Kaden is bigoted towards certain anime.
yeah.
He's proud to admit it.
If it's popular, then it's bad.
It's popular.
Then it's bad.
Let's just say this is an anime that whenever anybody talks about it, it's either a 10 out of 10 or like in their top 3. That's your hint. That's your hint, guys. So.
I refuse to like this.
You like My Hero though? It's
No, I
popular.
don't. I like it, but it's
Oh.
bad.
I see.
Yeah.
So you could like this show, but it's just gonna be bad.
Right. That's why
'Cause
My
it's
Hero is bad.
popular.
Yeah.
Dude, we have 7 minutes, please.
That's why Steins gets bad.
Please.
You have to edit
Oh.
so much out of this.
Oh shit.
You have to edit so much out of this.
I think it's time to address the comments that you made earlier.
What comments?
You are being put on trial in a court of law. Everybody, Kaden thinks that Steins Gate is superior to Attack on Titan.
I do. I'll come out and say it.
And this is patently false, based on all the evidence that I've gathered here today. So, Steins Gate is a bad show, while Attack on Titan is good. I yield my time.
Yeah. I mean, that's a that's a very fair point. But might I counter with the fact that Attack on Titan
Is the bad show.
is I'm sorry, what'd you just say?
That's not what I was gonna say. Where'd you get that from?
Attack on Titan is a good show.
Crap my style.
Attack on Titan is a good show, while Steins Gate is a great show.
Wow, so it's in your top 5, but it's still just good?
It's good. It's a good show. It's number 4, and Steins Gate is number 3.
Yeah, the parties in Steins Gate really push it up to a 10 for me.
Right.
Is what I'm saying.
The festivals.
The festivals.
The mini festivals.
The mini festivals are amazing.
And on that bombshell,
On that bombshell. Get the fuck out of here.
it's time to end the podcast.
No, it's not.
Thank you guys for
I don't
listening.
say... It's not over until I fucking say it's over, Caden.
Thank you all for listening
Caden hates recording
to
the
the
show.
podcast.
He hates recording the show.
Ladies and gentlemen,
He doesn't like to be here.
make sure to come back next week.
You know what I'm about to do? I'm about to just like continue while you leave.
Make sure to come back next
I
week.
think that's what we'll do. You'll leave the server, and I'll just talk.
Make
as
sure to
long
come
as I
back next
want.
week for our next episode.
First-
Also,
Here's
make
our
sure to check out
sponsorship.
our bonus channel that Julius got the first video deleted.
Yeah.
Um,
Alright, I ain't ashamed to admit it.
Thank you guys for listening to this episode. Anything you'd like to say, Julius?
You do not control! You do not control! We have 4 minutes!
You have to edit so much out. It's gonna be like an extra 10 or 15
Then
minutes.
I'll add a black screen at the end for 4 minutes. Ugh.
Thank you guys for listening to the podcast,
That Caden hates, and he wants to fucking leave.
and we will see
He
you all
wants to
next week.
fucking leave!
I will not be talking for the rest of this.
Anyways,
if you
so
want to continue.
I'm your host, and the one and only host, the host with the most, Julius. And as for next week's episode, I'd say just stay tuned. The day of reckoning is coming. The record will be straight. And on that note, take care and continue training to not say the N-word.
It's gonna be hard.
It's gonna be hard to get it out of your vocabulary.
See you next week.
Ah!
Next time, Shin Evangelion Theatrical Edition. And as always, we'll keep the fan service coming to the very end.